Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Falling in love was the last thing I had on my mind. Holding you is a warmth that I thought I could never find. Just trying to decide or stay by your side. I know I could cry. I just can't find the answers to the questions that keep going through my mind. Hey babe, isn't it time? Life is your time to wait. Falling in love could be your mistake. Isn't it time? Life is your time to wait. Falling in love could be your mistake. I've seen visions of someone like you in my life. A love that's strong, reaching out, holding me through the darkest night. Just trying to decide or stay by your side. I don't want to cry. I just can't find the answers to the questions that keep going through my mind. Hey babe, isn't it time? Life is your time to wait. Falling in love could be your mistake. Isn't it time? Life is your time to wait. Falling in love could be your mistake. I feel a warmth in my heart and my soul that I never knew. This love affair gives me strength that I need just to get me through. Just wondering why. I know I could cry, and everything seems alright. I finally found the answers to the questions that keep going through my mind. Hey babe, isn't it time? It's time, you don't have to wait. I know it's time. Love could be your mistake. I know it's time. You don't have to wait. It must be time. Love could be your mistake. It must be time. It's time, you don't have to wait. Made up my mind. Love could be your mistake. It must be time. It's time, you don't have to wait. It must be time. Love could be your mistake. It's time, you don't have to wait. Losing this love could be your mistake. It's time, you don't have to wait. Losing this love could be your mistake. It's time, you don't have to wait. Losing this love could be your mistake.
Evening, dear listener. Evening. Good evening. Good evening, dear listener. Thank you, James. Thank you, Ash. Iain Lee on Talk Radio. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. We're on Periscope as well for the first time in ages. Has it come up on my Twitter that we're doing Periscope? Let me have a little look-see. No, hang on a second. We are on Periscope. www.periscope.tv/Iain Lee. There we go. Now, I've lost the entire show. We've lost the show, guys. I don't know where the show, I've lost it. I've got no idea where it is. Which is a little bit awkward. That's not even me doing a piece. Genuinely lost the show. Now, when I say we've lost the show, what I mean is, normally, when we come in, here come the newspapers. That's kind of half the show. Thanks. Have a look through rifle through the bin. Rifle through the bin. That's it. It'll be written on the back of a printed sheet. It'll be a list of newspapers and a list of pages. What I do... hang on a second. We've lost the show, Alan!
Oh, no!
We've lost the show!
Oh, well, let's start a new one from scratch.
Well, I think we're going to have to, because we have lost it.
Well, you can play Glad to be Gay. We're expressing that free love is free love now.
Hey, yeah, that's good news. Everybody that... Well, I don't know. Do you know, I don't know the full details about the gay pardon. Pardon? I don't know the full details about it, so I don't quite know how all-encompassing it is. That noise you can hear is Edmundo going through the bins trying to find the show. There's no chance that James... has James Wales Sorry? Oh, who... Well, can you... Oh, for goodness sakes. The show has been...
destroyed?
Has been destroyed. It's been thrown away in the bin. Now, some might say that that's the best thing to have done with the show. We don't know, but it's gone. So what I do, Alan, when I come in... God, your breathing is annoying.
Sorry.
So what are you doing?
I'm trying to laugh the fags, but it's not working.
You're trying to what?
I'm trying to quit the fags, but it's not working.
You're trying to quit the fags?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but... Oh, jeez. Right. So what we do is I come in and I write down on a bit of paper some stories and some bits and pieces. Now, sometimes we don't need them because I've got lots to talk about. Tonight we need them, right? Tonight we need the stories, what I have written down on a bit of paper. But the bit of paper's gone missing, Alan. So I've got nothing. I've got nothing.
Well, maybe before the show you should have a photocopy as a backup.
I don't know, I don't even know if we have a photocopier in this building.
Maybe the TalkSport board might have it.
When was the last time anybody actually went and used a photocopier? When was that the last... When did anyone ever do that?
It's got to be... people in office buildings use them all the time.
Well, maybe. Oh, I don't know. I work in an office and I don't use it. Alan, it feels like we're going up a comedy cul-de-sac, so I'm going to cut you off. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Yes, you can call in about photocopiers. When was the last time you have actually used a photocopier? But it does leave me at a slight disadvantage in that someone, and I suspect it was James Whale, has thrown away tonight's show. So, for the next 2 hours and 50 minutes, we've got naffle. Not quite naffle, because one of the things I did want to ask you this evening is to call in with your guest suggestions. Because we had some brilliant guests last year. We've had some good guests this year. And last night, flipping heck, well, everyone was an absolute belter, wasn't it? But we haven't got many guests lined up for the rest of this year. So, well, by the way, we might have Dave Mason coming on. That would be cool, wouldn't it? And I'm umming and ahhing about Iain Anderson from Jethro Tull. I don't know anything about Jethro Tull. But I suspect I would enjoy Iain Anderson recounting some tales. So we might be getting him on. But any other suggestions for guests that you might have would be extremely welcome. Now, don't tweet me. And certainly don't at them when you, if you do mention them on tweets. But do call in with your suggestions, please. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call with your guest suggestions that you think might work quite well on this show. And you know the kind of guests that we get. But I really enjoyed last night's sports special. I really enjoyed that. Do you want to get the phone, guys? I enjoyed that a lot. And they were people that were quite out of my comfort zone, in that they were talking about sports, and I didn't know nothing about sports. But actually, I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And here's the thing. Here's a little postscript to last night's show. I have ever so slightly changed my opinion on sports. Still think football's a load of old rubbish, right? But I certainly get, after speaking to all those people last night, I certainly get why some people are, that absolutely love sports. I kind of understand that. And I think I have loosened my stance ever so slightly on sports. I don't think I'm going to be quite so dismissive. Apart from football, it's rubbish. But I don't think I'm going to be quite so dismissive of them in the future. And also, I did enjoy tangents. Connor, I'll come to you in a minute. 03444991000. I did enjoy having a whole show, apart from 1 hour where we didn't have, where it was guest after guest after guest. And I think maybe we might do that again. That kind of worked for me as a little bit of a format shift. Not a permanent thing, not even necessarily once a week, just as and when. But I found it, the key to staying alive is to get out of your comfort zone as often as possible. And Kath and I got out of our comfort zone on Sunday when we did Down the Rabbit Hole. And I was out of my comfort zone last night when I was talking to a load of sports people, and I'd read up on them and I kind of, knew bits and pieces about them, but it was uncharted territory for me. So we might do that from time to time. Not sports, but we might have shows where the whole show is guests, because I like that and I think it's different. And that I'm trying to do a different show every single night if I can, and sometimes that hang on, this is about to play something you don't want it to play. Hang on. Right. Ramble enough. 0344 499 1000. Somebody's stolen the show.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Good evening, Connor.
Hello, Ian. First-time caller.
Connor, it is a pleasure. The show, Stop the Clocks. No, that's the poem for when the man dies. No, keep the clocks going. Stop the press. Stop the press.
I will do.
The show has been found in the bin, Connor.
Oh, my God.
It was in the bin. Now, my fault, because that is the first and the last time I have left the show on a desk and asked someone else to bring it in. Catherine has a lot to do, and I said, Catherine, quick, can you grab that for me? And it's the first and the last time I will ever do that. Normally I put it in my laptop and I close my laptop and I whip it out of my laptop. But I did that, and someone from the James Whale team, let's say James Whale, because even if it wasn't James Whale, he is he's responsible for his team members. And boy, oh boy, is James a real massive member. He has basically sabotaged me, and someone has put my show in the bin. I have the show. Part of me is disappointed I have the show because it ain't that good. I've made it sound like I've got gold. It's not. I've not got. It's not a lot.
Gold. It's always gold.
It's a slipper special tonight, Connor. We're going to be talking about slippers.
Okay, great. I've got 3 pairs in front of me.
Have you?
I do.
What man has three pairs of slippers?
Someone who just had Christmas. So I'm back at university from Christmas, and I got slippers from basically everybody. So.
Are any of them silly slippers?
I've got a pair that are Homer Simpson's face. They're the silly ones. Yeah. The rest are very standard.
There is nothing, and do you know what? I'm going to treat this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to Marks and Spencer's, and I'm going to the gentleman's department, and they do navy blue slippers with a black plastic base. They cost $14.99, and about every 18 months I treat myself to a pair, and tomorrow I shall be buying myself a brand new pair of Marks and Spencer slippers.
Lucky man.
Very lucky man. And yet Marks and Spencer's sales are down. How are their figures down when every 18 months I'm spending 50 quid in the slipper department?
Yeah, they're closing lots of shops up, aren't they?
They are. Do you remember, we've not had a good, famous high street brand closed down since British Home Stores. British Home Stores, Woolworths.
Yeah.
Argos is still thriving. W.H. Smith, bizarrely, is still thriving. Here's an interesting fact about W.H. Smith. I'm the only person that finds this interesting. The guy that invented W.H. Smith, his initials were H.W. Smith.
Okay.
And he started it, but then his son took over, and his son was called W.H. Smith, and he turned it round.
Oh, wow.
But I reckon Marx's they've got to go bust at some point, because when I worked at local radio, Connor, and trust me, we will get to your point of calling in, I promise.
It's okay.
Every 6 months, right, I was there for 4 years, so there were 8 periods of 6 months, yes. Every 6 months, Marks and Spencer's would bring out their sales figures, and every time the gentleman after me, who's a brilliant broadcaster, a bloke called JVS, I think he's absolutely brilliant, but he would, every 6 months, he'd do Marks and Spencer's have released their figures have gone down. What's wrong with Marks and Spencer's? Call me now, we'll pass the tape on to them. So that was 4 years of their sales figures going down. How many years can they sustain that?
Yeah. I think that, sadly, I think the big bookshops might be the next to go, like, your Waterstones.
I do that thing of going in a bookshop, looking at the book, and then checking the price on Amazon.
Yeah, definitely, same.
Saying that, we do buy books of the boys in Waterstones. They like to go in and choose books, although, the caring, giving, artistic daddy side of me is like, great, we're buying books for our boys. The grown-up, responsible person with mortgages and all that kind of stuff is thinking, we could save the fortune if we bought it on Amazon.
Totally, yeah. It's the same as the green energy thing, because morally you should be going to the bookshop. It comes down to the price.
Not you as well. I don't know if you heard the other week, some fella phoned me up.
I did hear that, yeah.
Have a go at me. Well, I hope you've changed to green energy. No, I've gone to save 250 quid a year, you muppet. Anyway, Connor, what have you called in for?
I'm calling in with a great guest recommendation.
Beautiful. Catherine, I've asked people to call in with their guest suggestions. Suggestions.
Perfect.
Go on, who have you got? Who's your suggestion?
Okay, so I'm not sure whether you'll like them, but they're definitely willing to come on.
Yeah.
My suggestion is the Chuckle Brothers.
I'd love to have the Chuckle Brothers on. What?
They would definitely do it. They would so do it.
How do you... Well, hang on. How do you know they do it? Are you friends? Are you the child of a Chuckle Brother?
I wish. And we've interacted on Twitter once or twice.
Yeah, I would be up for the... Catherine is frowning. I'd be up for the Chuckle Brothers. I think that could be quite good. I think that could be quite entertaining. I'm going to write this... I'm actually writing a list in the same way I wrote a list of people who own counties. But this list will be acted upon. All right, yeah, I'll put the Chuck. Why would you? But why? Because I wouldn't want to get them on and take the mick out of them.
No, I think they've got decades and decades of experience in comedy, and it'll be interesting to see how it's changed over their lifetime. And also, it's an area of comedy that isn't normally talked about on this kind of.
Here's the thing. Do you know there are more than 2 Chuckle Brothers? There's like 4 of them.
Yes. Yeah, there are.
And do you remember when they started? They wore giant dog costumes. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that. I'm pretty young though, so I only know the Chucklevision era.
Well, this was kind of just immediately before the Chucklevision. It was a silent comedy, and they all wore giant dog costumes. And obviously, they must have had a meeting and said, "Look, this is great, but why don't we take the dog costumes off and ditch the other 2?"
Yeah.
And that seemed to happen. Catherine is suggesting that she has tried them in the past, but we will try them again. That's a cracking suggestion, Connor.
Cheers, Ian.
Thank you, mate.
No bother.
Cheers, my dears. 0344 499 1000. It is a slipper special. There's a story in the paper about slippers. It's in loads of the papers, and Sky were covering it. And I think this is brilliant. And I've said this for years. I have said this for years, right? To the point where, back again to the other place, Catherine one Christmas bought me a pair of slippers, and I would do the show in slippers. Not because I was being wacky or crazy, but because genuinely it felt more comfortable to do the show in slippers. Listen to this. A primary school has become the first in Britain to let pupils wear slippers in classes. Oh, fantastic, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Makes sense. Because you're wearing shoes. Quite often, I haven't done it the last couple of shows. I don't know why. In fact, no, I'm going to do it now. I take my shoes off when I'm doing the show. If I've not got slippers with me, which I haven't here, I do it in stockinged feet because, well, it just feels a bit more like home and a bit more comfortable and a little bit more relaxed. If you're wearing, I wear trainers, but if you're wearing trainers or smart school shoes, you can't really think properly, can you? The idea... Oh, here we go. As teachers think relaxed children get better grades. Makes sense to me. Makes absolutely perfect sense to me. And is there anything more relaxing than a pair of slippers? Oh, I'm totally going to Marx's tomorrow. The idea was introduced after a university study found shoeless pupils are more likely to behave and achieve stronger results. And this is in all the papers, right? And I get it. I totally get it. Doing a breakfast show, which was fun, but it was exhausting, right? And it's 3 hours, and it was quite hard work compared to this. Well, it's a different kind of hard work compared to this. And you had to kind of pay attention and be focused and question people and get up at a horrible time of the morning. That was the worst thing. Getting up at a horrible time in the morning. But wearing slippers it suddenly felt more relaxed, more confident, more assured. Now teachers at Findon Primary in Derby are also wearing comfy footwear. Youngsters change... You know that there's that phenomenon, dun, 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 isn't there, where, and I understand why women do this. If women are wearing stilettos to work, I've been led to believe that stilettos are not very comfortable, right? So you'll often see women going to and from work in the office wearing trainers that don't go with their the outfit they're wearing, the smart outfit, knowing that when they get to work, the trainers go in the locker and they put on a pair of stilettos. But now there's a phenomenon for men to do it. You see men in suits wearing trainers. And I'm assuming that when they get to work, they then put on their smart leather shoes. That's an odd thing to do. Anyway, youngsters change into their slippers on arrival and only wear outdoor shoes at playtime and when it's time to leave. Head teacher Emma Titchener said, "I was aware of the research previously and we thought we would trial it. So far, it seems to have made a big difference." Now, of course, we need exam grades, guys. We need SATs. I want to see what's going on with the SATs. At the moment, it isn't compulsory, but from September, it might become part of our uniform policy if the trial succeeds. But one dad said... Huh? One dad said, "I think this is a load of new age nonsense." What? Wearing slippers is new age nonsense? One dad's a knob. "You see these teenagers going to Tesco in their pyjamas, and this kind of policy just encourages that sort of slobbish behaviour." One dad needs a boot up his backside, and a proper boot, not a slipper. I think it sounds brilliant. Right, so tonight, this is what we're doing. It's Slipper Special. Call in with your slipper stories. 0344 499 1000. And also, your list of potential guests. And after last night's sporting special, I am open to any suggestion. Craig, Richard, Gatford, stay there. I'll come to you in a bit. 0344 499 1000. Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I'll tell you what, let's flag it up, because I meant to do it on Monday. Tomorrow, I meant to do it last Monday. Tomorrow, we'll have a new and newish callers only, please. New and newish callers only tomorrow. Tonight, anybody can call in. Yes, Richard!
Hello.
Hello, Richard.
Yeah, I think you are keeping Marcus Mentis afloat, because I just assumed that everyone else just stole their slippers from hotels too.
Oh, no, the thing is, the slippers you get in hotels, they're very cheap. They're very flimsy. And also,
But if you steal enough of them, then they do fall apart for like 2 months. But if you go away a couple of times a year, you can get enough slippers to cover a year.
But I like slippers. God, we do sound like BBC Coventry and Warwickshire. I like slippers that they're like a shoe shape. You know, they've got a back and everything. Not because the ones you get in hotels, they're like kind of flip-flops.
I'm looking at a pair of that are actually purloined this weekend.
Are they white?
They certainly are white. They're white with a sort of a teal.
What do you call those slippers where you just put your toes in and the rest of the foot is open to the elements?
If a word is that specific, I don't know it.
Catherine's saying it's a mule, but I don't believe that, because we all know a mule is someone who shoves £50 million worth of cocaine up their backside and tries to get out of Bangkok.
That's what actually I was doing this weekend.
Oh, blimey! Good luck.
Yeah, I actually managed to get 2 pairs this weekend as well, because my travel companion was on an earlier flight home than me, so I just stole hers as well. So I'm sorted till, like, June.
What are you legally allowed to steal from a hotel? Slippers?
Anything that isn't nailed down.
No, now, come on now. Be sensible. Slippers, you're allowed to take. Dressing gowns, some hotels have signs saying, if you take the dressing gown, we will bill you. But who wants to wear a second-hand dressing gown? Because you quite often wear dressing gowns without pants.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, what about...
They get washed. It's the same as a towel, I guess.
I suppose so. And also, hotels around the world, they do this thing. We are trying to save the planet's oceans. So
you have to put that sign on the door and say, you know what, I don't give an F about the environment.
Well, no, the
one new towel.
The one that I've not seen the sign on the door. The one I've seen is, if you want to use this towel again, please, and save the planet, please leave it hanging up. If you want the towel to be cleaned in a fresh towel, and by default you to kill the planet,
chuck it on the floor.
Chuck it on the floor. Well, I'm in a hotel. I'm chucking the towel on the floor. Well, of course I am.
I feel like a rebellious act as well.
Yeah, I do feel a little bit naughty, but I'm thinking, I'm in a hotel. I'm paying you like 150 quid a night. I want to flipping clean. I don't want a damp towel when I have a bath tonight.
This conversation is so dull, by the way. I've got a guest suggestion for you.
Oh, wow. If the callers are bailing out saying that the conversation is dull, boy, oh boy, we've got problems. Go on, who have you got?
A guy called John Higgs.
Who Higgs?
John Higgs.
Who Higgs?
John
Yes,
Higgs.
who is Higgs?
Oh, right. He's an author. He's written a couple of books. They're kind of a bit odd. One of them is the two I've read in here. One of them is a biography of the KLF. But it's not really a sort of traditional music biography, because it kind of explores Dadaism and Discordianism, just using KLF as kind of a vehicle to carry it.
Yes.
And the other one is called Stranger Than We Realise, I think, which is a sort of series of essays on the 20th century. Just sort of exploring loads of aspects of the 20th century.
Well, like, what about the 20th century? Because some of the 20th century, let's be honest, was dull.
Yeah, it's not, it kind of like, again, like the KLF one isn't like a traditional music biography. There's not really like a traditional history book. There's like an essay on modernism and things like that.
I am slightly. Well, at the moment, my current fascination is a gentleman called Stephen Bannon, who is the new president of the United States of America. I'm so fascinated by him. I've changed my Twitter handle to Stephen Bannon. It's funny. You look at pictures of Trump, and everywhere it's like Spot Bannon. There he is. There he is. He's in charge. He's in charge. And I'm fascinated by him. But I'm also vaguely fascinated by the KLF because I just read that there's a film or something coming out about them.
Well, yeah, because they promised to sort of not discuss anything they've done for 23 years, and that's about to come to an end.
Oh.
And someone put out a film just before Christmas that sort of purported to be from them. And then they put a poster up in Shoreditch that basically denying it was them, but saying
I like them. I like the KLF, but they're a little bit. I sometimes get the feeling that maybe they try a little bit too hard to turn their life into performance art.
I think it's all very tongue-in-cheek, though. I think they're very aware of sort of, being up their own arse bit.
Yeah.
And also, when you say they've made a bit too much effort, they did burn £1 million, which is a strong statement of intent.
Well, did they burn £1 million?
Apparently so.
Well, they said they burnt £1 million.
There's a video of them burning it.
And you checked every single note, did you?
No, because apparently the villagers on the island were running around for days afterwards collecting £50 notes.
Yeah, but who told you that?
Well, I read it in that book, actually. But,
yes, exactly. And I wonder where he would have got that from. Oh, not the KLF.
I suppose.
I
think you'd actually really enjoy the book.
I think I would.
Again, it's not even 100% focused on the KLF.
Oh, I think I would. And I'll certainly look into seeing if I can blag a copy of it. But the KLF, we've got we don't know. I don't believe they burnt that £1 million. I just don't believe it.
I don't know, because they also deleted their back catalogue then, so that they couldn't make any more money from the music.
Well, that doesn't mean they burnt £1 million.
Well, I don't know, it all ties in. It's a pretty neat story.
Richard, you're a very trusting young man. Very trusting young man. I don't think they burnt £1 million. I think it's... yes, this is Iain Lee from Bit on the Side, Jason. You're welcome on Periscope. I'm suspicious of the KLF. What they did the song with Tammy Wynette. They did the song with Gary Glitter. I like the idea of them. I don't think they burnt £1 million. Do you think that they burnt £1 million, Craig?
I do, actually, yeah.
What makes you think that? Where's the evidence?
Just because the way they were talking about it and everything, it would have been well stupid if they hadn't done it.
Well, you'd have been well stupid if you'd have believed it.
Best thing they did, though, was with the machine guns on the crowd, wasn't it, in one of their concerts. Remember that?
What, they machine gunned the crowd?
Yeah, they got fake machine guns and turned them on the crowd. I think it was a charity do or something.
Oh, gosh.
Like Sid Vicious did in his videos, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, Sid Vicious was, in inverted commas, acting.
I got 2 pairs of mule slippers, if you call them mule slippers.
Those are the ones with just like a sort of hoop that go over the toes?
Well, yeah, it's like an encased front end.
I would, and I know where everything is supposed to be gender neutral and stuff, but I would call those women's slippers.
Well, mine have got Homer Simpson on them, and I have them at the top and bottom of my stairs, because I don't like going downstairs in slippers.
Oh, bit of a Trump thing going on here. Why not?
Because they're obviously slippy.
No, they're not, though. The slippers mean... The name slippers means you just slip them on.
Well, that's the reason, that's why I've got the 2 pairs. One's at the top, one's at the bottom.
But the slippers, sorry, I'm being a real pain tonight. Can we see if this aircon is on? Because it's enough hot in here. Flipping it. But the slippers aren't slippery.
Wow. Maybe it's the way I climb stairs.
Well, Matt, what is going on with you people?
Hey, Ian, I've called you.
Yes.
This is my 47th call to the show.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah. But I've spoken to you on the phone 49 times.
Wow, well, how come you've spoken 49 times if this is 47?
Because I was the cheeky chappie that phoned up the rabbit hole and did the joke about Gary Glitter and all that.
Oh, well, these cheeky, very cheeky and cheeky chappy, indeed. 0344 499 1000. It's hot in here, isn't it, Catherine?
It's not as cold as it should be.
No. 0344 499 1000. Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. Gatford, come to you after this.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
People are suggesting Tom Baker. Tom Baker has refused. Adam West, the Batman, has ignored. There's a lot of people have said no. Saying that, though, we've had some pretty good strikes with the people that we've got on. John Sebastian from the Lovin' Spoonful guys, the Bare Naked Ladies, Mike Love of the Beach Boys. Come on, we've had some big hitters. 0344 499 1000. It's a slipper special. We're celebrating the magic of slippers. And also looking for your guest suggestions. So far, we've got the Chuckle Brothers and John Higgs, who wrote a book about the KLF, which I will look into. Because, you know me, I like a good rock book. I've just started, at last, and we came close to getting this guy for a guest, and then it didn't happen. Robbie Robertson from the band. I'm enjoying that. We got some reviews that said it was a little bit dry. I'm quite enjoying it. It's quite a good read. Gatford!
Yeah.
Yes? Oh, flippin' heck. No, it's you. We don't have a mobile phone signal here, Gatford. We have a landline, so it must be you.
No, that's different. I've got an apology to you about something else.
We can't hear you, mate.
Any better?
No, not better.
I'll get up.
Yeah, okay, well... Deary me. Oh, man alive. So, yes, your guest suggestions, please. And anything. Now, after having a whole evening of sports yesterday, I'm prepared to talk to anybody. Let's try again. Yes, Gatford?
Hi. Any better?
Right, okay. Yeah. So, where are you now compared to where you were 30 seconds ago?
I'm now at the end of the bed compared to in downstairs.
Right, okay. So the lesson to be learned is...
Don't ring you when I'm downstairs.
Thank you very much indeed, Gatford. Well, great to talk to you. What have you got for us?
Well, I have two things. Number one, I have an apology for you. This evening, I went back on something. I did something that you had advised and I poo-pooed. I got a jacket potato earlier this evening, opened the fridge, found that I didn't have enough margarine for both the jacket potato and tomorrow morning's toast, and I put mayonnaise on it, and it was nice.
Yeah, of course. Well, instead of margarine.
Yeah. So I'd like to apologise. I was wrong.
Yeah.
You were right.
Yeah. Now, you put the margarine? Sorry, you put the mayonnaise on the potato.
On the jacket potato with a bit of cheese on top.
Hang on a minute. No. That's a well-known jacket potato filling anyway. That's nothing groundbreaking.
Yeah, but I kind of had a go at you because you said that.
Here's what you need to do tomorrow. You feeling brave?
Yeah, that's right.
You feeling brave? If you're going downstairs...
No.
Get back. Stop moving. Unbelievable. If he's feeling brave, tomorrow, when you do your toast, put the mayo on that instead of the margarine. That's what I'm talking about. Crawford!
Hi, how you doing, Ian?
I'm doing very well, Crawford. What have you got for us?
Two suggestions for guests.
Yes, sir.
And one very quick story about the slipper. I'll tell you about the slipper first.
Yes.
My career at school got off to a bad start. In primary one, I received the slipper for putting salt in somebody's pudding.
You got the slipper for salting a pudding?
Yeah, I was in primary one and I thought it was a bit of a laugh, so I put salt in this guy called John Burns' pudding.
Hey. I got the slipper when I was in the fourth year of middle school, so I would have been... No, Gatford's been on. He's not having a double bubble. Hang on, just stay there 1 second, Crawford. You're not having a double bubble, Gatford.
No, but
so I would have been about 10, right? 10 or 11. I got a slipper, and it was devastating. I was mortified, right? I was the only one that got it, because a load of kids were fighting. I was the only one who got it. But then years later, it turned out that teacher was a paedophile, and I felt that I was vindicated. felt that I was vindicated. I don't quite know why, because the two don't equate, but I felt like I was vindicated. If one of your teachers turned out to be a paedophile, give us a call now, 0344 499 1000. Go on, what else you got for us, Crawford? Because it's not the best line.
Okay, just two guests. I was either going to ask for Peter Capaldi.
Yep.
Or Charlotte Spiteri.
Charlotte Spiteri?
Yeah.
Charlotte Spiteri from Texas?
Yeah.
Why would you like her?
I think she's a fantastic vocalist. She's got a good sense of humour, and she's just a good all-round person. And I put forward Peter Capaldi because my son is a massive Doctor Who fan.
Do you know what, Crawford? Thank you for... I'm going to let you go because it's a terrible line, but I doubt we'd get Capaldi. But actually, I could talk to both of those people. I bet Charlene Spiteri... Obviously, mustn't mention that we've had Stephen Murdoch on the show, because that would get orcs and possibly illegals. But I bet she's I'm not a massive Texas fan, but I do like Charlene Spiteri, and I think she's very fun. Lily Allen is still following me on Twitter and not responding to my DMs. Saw Julia Hartley-Brewer was giving her a tough old time today on Twitter. Oh, yeah. I don't know if she was on the show, I wasn't listening. And I had to, I could only see that Julia was giving Lily a tough time by logging into my other Twitter account because she's blocked me on Twitter. You know, she's a grown woman. Whenever I do Sky, which I'm doing this Sunday, I always say, who am I on with? Because I can't go on with Julia Hartley-Brewer. Because I can't sit in a green room with someone who's blocked me. Not for 3 hours. It'd be awkward, wouldn't it? But yes, so far we have the Chuckle Brothers, John Higgs, who wrote a book about the KLF, Peter Capaldi, and Charlene Spiteri. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call with your guest suggestions. And they can be, you know, I doubt we'll get Capaldi, but particularly as he's just announced, hasn't he, that he's going to stop being the Doctor Who. And I'll be honest, I got bored of Doctor Who when Tennant left and that boy took over. Matt Smith. Partly because he used to go to he was mean to a friend of mine. They went to school together. And partly because I thought he was too young to be Doctor Who. I thought he was too young. And then I thought when Capaldi came in, I thought, I'll have some of this. But I never got round to it. And then I watched a couple and it was a little bit, I thought it was a little bit rubbish. Peter Capaldi has announced he is stepping down from Doctor Who after 3 series starring in the hit sci-fi drama. Only last month, the 58-year-old said he wanted to stay in the role for a long time. Liar. But broke the shock news of his departure last night. Here's how I found out that Capaldi was not going to be the Doctor anymore. I stopped off at the petrol station on the way home last night. And you know, the petrol stations, some petrol stations, they have like a TV screen and it will say, world news, politics, showbiz. And they'll have like a head, like literally 4 words. And it was put up there that Capaldi was leaving. I thought, well, that's hardly groundbreaking news. But still, I'm going to talk about it for 10 minutes, so there's got to be something in it. The Scottish actor confirmed he will appear in the 10th series, which begins on Easter Saturday, and then his final foray as the Time Lord will be in the Christmas special. He told Joe Wiley on Radio 2, I'm the Doctor. That's not, I'm Scottish. I'm the Doctor. That he was bowing out, saying playing the role had been cosmic. Oh, that's a space word, isn't it? Cosmic, it's a space word. He's doing a space thing. One of the greatest privileges of being Doctor Who is to see the world at its best. That's not bad. He said, I won't continue doing the voice because it might confuse elderly listeners. From our brilliant crew, boring, and creative team, boring, working for the best broadcaster on the planet, boring, to the viewers and fans, boring! I can't thank everyone enough. Such is the popularity of the BBC show that within minutes of the news breaking, more than 100,000 fans had commented on social media. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. And they've immediately begun speculating about who the 13th actor to be cast in the role will be. Oh dear. Well, there's all. I don't like this, and this is not me being. Well, okay. I don't like the suggestions. It should be a black man, an Indian man, or a woman. It's not. It's just not. And it's not me being ist. It's just not. It shouldn't. It shouldn't be any of those things. Doctor Who is a white man. Arthur.
Good evening, Ian. How the devil are you?
I'm very well, Arthur.
Oh, magnificent.
How are you?
I'm amazing.
It's good to talk to you again.
Yeah, good to talk to you too. I know, I'm a first-time caller.
Okay, sorry, right. I didn't I thought I recognised your voice, yes.
No, you forgot I'm a first-time caller.
So did you?
All it is, like, something that's really been bothering me.
Yes.
People, when they say they can't get to sleep, yeah, and then they get up out of bed.
What?
Can't get to sleep, stay in bed, cuddle the pillow, close your eyes, and if you can't go to sleep, that's the next best thing to sleep.
Cuddling a pillow?
Yeah, cuddle a pillow, close your eyes. And if you're not asleep, pretend you're asleep. Don't get up.
Well, if you get up, you're certainly not going to fall asleep, are you?
No.
But it's sometimes...
I've had enough of it. I've had enough of these people saying they can't sleep, and then they get up.
But sometimes it's like... sometimes when you're trying to park...
Jacob's Ladder. Is it like Jacob's Ladder?
No. Sometimes when you're trying to park your car, right, and it's quite a tight spot, and you reverse in and you spend a few minutes, you go, no, let me try again. And so you pull out completely, and you drive forward a bit, and then you start again. So you take a second run up. It could be argued that the people that can't sleep and then get up for a little bit, they're just taking a second run up at it.
That's rubbish.
Oh?
That's absolute rubbish.
Gosh.
I've never heard anything like that in my life. You stay in bed, you close your eyes, you hug the pillow, enough.
Gosh. Well, and where do you hug the pillow? Do you ever put the pillow between your knees?
Oh yeah, because I've got bony knees.
Yeah.
And it's quite painful. You've got to have a preventative measure.
Yeah. Well, Arthur, listen, that was a really strong first call. I look forward to your second.
Whatever.
Oh. Gosh. Can we put that as a SoundCloud, please? Yeah, we finished that. So, Doctor, I'm a traditionalist when it comes to things like Doctor Who, and it should be, as boring as it may sound, it should be a white bloke. Hey, because I keep thinking, right, I can't be bothered with the new Doctor Who, but I wouldn't mind going back and having a look at some of the old Doctor Who's, probably some of the John Pertwees and Tom Bakers, maybe a little bit of the Patrick Troughtons. But I am concerned that if I go back and watch a bit of the Patrick Troughtons or the John Pertwees or the Tom Bakers, that, I know they're going to be rubbish, and they're going to look rubbish. I can see beyond the pony special effects, okay? I can see beyond that. That's not a problem. But does the storytelling stand the test of time? That's what I'd like to know. And I'd like to know it before I watch it. Basically, I'd like to know before... I tell you what does stand the test of time. So I've got an Xbox One, right? And it's, bells and whistles and all this super... Do you know what I've been playing the last few days? Doom. But classic Doom. Not the new Doom. Classic Doom. £3.40 or something to download. and it gives me a little bit of a headache watching it. It makes me a little bit seasick. But I've been playing Doom. I've been having a great time playing Doom. I might, in fact, after the show tonight, I'm going to go home. I'm going to play Doom online. Add me. Audio Candle 7001. They generated the name themselves. I didn't generate that name. Audio Candle 7001. What we'll do is we'll meet up. It'll be about 2:00. We'll meet up online and we'll have a game of classic Doom. It looks rubbish, right? But flipping heck, it enough good. You just run around shooting each other. And it's a little bit of harmless fun. I wasn't there. What was the game that they wanted to ban? It wasn't Doom, was it? Oh, wasn't it Mortal Kombat? Wasn't there an option in a really early Mortal Kombat that was supposed to be so hideous, so gruesome, you could pull people's hearts out and stuff? But this was on a Nintendo, so you would have struggled to have seen it was a heart that you pulled out of someone's chest. Wasn't it that? Was it Mortal Kombat? And there was a furore in all the papers. This is the sickest game. You can pull someone's beating heart out of their chest. And it, you know, obviously it looked a little bit rubbish. Ban this sick filth. Down with this type of thing. Finish him. But, it got banned. Anyway, yeah, so I'll be doing that at 2:00 in the morning if you fancy a game of, Doom, guys. Doom Classic on the Xbox. 0344 499 1000. Ian, you need to qualify what you said about Doctor Who or you're going to get in loads of trouble. What did I say? Call in, because I don't know what I said.
Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. We're celebrating the magic of slippers. We're talking about the potential of guests, and for some reason, some people are upset about what I said about Doctor Who. What?
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Why is this not playing? Hang on, guys. Hang on. It's just not going our way this evening, is it? Let me try this. This should do it. And play.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road, it's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Down this road that never seems to end. When new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, the whole world is my home. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. There's a world that's waiting to unfold, a brand new tale no one has ever told. We've journeyed far, but you know it won't be long. We're almost there and we paid our fare with a hobo song. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll find what I call home. Until tomorrow, you know I'm free to roam.
Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Boiler's in the studio.
Yeah, with a dead leg.
What happened there?
I've been sitting on it.
Is there a drug you can take? You can take drugs that make you do all kinds of things, that make you see music and hear colours and make you feel ecstatic. I would take a drug that gave you a dead leg, and that when you stood on it, it was it was really hard to walk, and maybe sometimes you fell over and it hurt. I would take that drug. Is there a drug, guys? Is there one of these Can someone design a drug?
Alternative, you just sit on your foot for a bit.
No.
Yeah. It's easy. It's easy peasy.
There used to be a thing, and I could never get it to work, where you would hold your hand. You'd sit on your hand for 10 minutes so that it would go numb, so that if you were to touch yourself, it would feel like somebody else was touching.
I know, but at the same time...
well, it's the same thing like you can't tickle yourself.
Exactly. Flipping heck. I once had a small incident at home whereby I'd been sitting on the sofa doing the podcast.
You had a small incident?
Yeah.
You sure you want to tell this story?
Yeah. I didn't wear anything.
Okay.
I was sitting on the sofa, and I tend to sit with my one foot underneath, like that.
Great story.
Right, okay. No.
How do you sit on the sofa? 0344 499 1000. And also, what's your favourite biscuit to dunk and your best sandwich filling?
It's the Chat Club.
Chat Club.
No, so...
Gosh, Coventry and Warwickshire really are getting a kicking today, aren't they? With their tepid output. Anyway, yes, continue, Avu.
So I gave myself a bit of a dead leg.
Aye.
Didn't realise this until the door went, and I jumped up to run to the door and found myself face down on the carpet.
Beautiful.
And I felt powerless, but at the same time thrilled.
One of my favourite things, and you know this because you've seen this in action, is for someone to punch me in the arm and give me a dead arm.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, it invigorates me.
You can't punch him hard enough, really.
No, honestly, it invigorates me, and you've got to get the right spot, because otherwise, I love it. Oh, I love it.
Unfortunately, I can't reciprocate because I bruise like a peach.
Yes. Yep. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. We're on Periscope for the first time in ages, which may explain why we have a very low Periscope audience. Or maybe people have just, got bored of the show. That's a distinct possibility. We're talking about the magic of slippers. We're also compiling a list of potential guests. Here's what we have so far. The Chuckle Brothers.
Chuckle Mail has been sent.
Lovely. John Higgs, who wrote a book about the KLF. Peter Capaldi. Charlene Spiteri, and someone on Periscope excellently suggested the marvellous Michelle Phillips, the only surviving member of the Mummers and indeed the Puppers.
I've started the tracking process.
What a messy story, the Mummers and the Puppers.
She has been married 5 times.
Good for her. She's a beautiful woman.
Once to Dennis Hopper for 7 days.
She was married to John Phillips, the main songwriter for the Mummers and the Puppers, but then she had an affair with Denny Doherty, the main male singer from the Mummers and the Puppers. And then she, of course, got booted out of the Mummers and the Puppers and was replaced by somebody else, another lady. Hey, let's track down the lady. She may be dead. Let's track down... I can't remember her name. I think she's on an album cover, actually. The lady that replaced Michelle Phillips in the Mummers and indeed the Puppers. Oh, someone's asking what happened to the Travellers woman from the hit TV series Travellers. She stopped replying to my email. She was all up for it, and then she stopped replying to my emails, which was very disappointing.
Jill Gibson.
Is she alive? Is she dead?
I'm looking her up.
There we go, you see. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number, so you can call in and suggest your guests.
Alive.
Let's get Jill Gibson on.
74.
Hey, fantastic. Let's get Jill Gibson on. Let's book Michelle Phillips and then drop her at the last minute and get Jill Gibson on instead.
I don't think we've got much of a chance of getting Michelle Phillips. She seems to be rather reclusive.
Yeah, she's still stunningly beautiful still, to this very, very day. To this very day, one of the most... Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Because with this show is a little bit... It's a snowflake haven. Let's get our pudenda out.
What?
And our wangers.
No.
And let's lust. Let's get carnal for a bit, shall we? Let's do the top 5 hottest women in pop and the top 5 hunkiest guys. Why is that funny?
Hunkiest guys.
Well, what guys? I've written. Oh, hang on, guys.
Dreamboats.
Dreamboat. There you go. Dreamboats and petticoats. I went and saw that.
Did you? It sounds awful.
Oh, it was all right. It was, my mum was there. It's just one of those. It's what they call a jukebox musical, where they've got a load of songs and they've loosely put a story around. Actually, it was quite good. And there was an old boy in it who'd had like 2 hits in the 60s. And he was having the time of his life. At the end, he came out and sang the hit, and it was. But I can't think what it was called. It was. Do you know what? No, actually, no. It was good. It was good, Dreamboats and Petticoats. I would happily...
watch it again?
Yeah, I would, actually, because it's just good. It's just good old-fashioned rock and roll. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? It's a bit of fun, It's a little bit of fun, a little bit of light fun.
All right, I'll see if I can get you some tickets.
OK, so in the Dreamboats, we're going to put... At number... I don't want to go straight in with number one with Michelle Phillips, but...
No, she's Petticoats.
Yeah.
Dreamboats is men.
Yeah, Petticoats.
I put her in the wrong section, for heaven's sake.
I'm going to put her at number one. We're going to be hard pushed to find a sexier petticoat than Michelle Phillips, aren't we?
Well, hang on a minute. The other day you were going on about Jennifer Lopez being the most wonderful, beautiful creature in the world.
Jennifer, nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Oh, Jennifer, just behind you. You just dropped £1 on the floor.
Everyday sexism.
Yeah, exactly, which means it's all right.
Mm.
No, I don't think Jennifer Lopez makes the top 5 petticoats.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh dear, she will be upset.
0344 499 1000. Your top 5 dreamboats and your top 5 petticoats. Katia!
Allô?
Allô, zut alors!
Bonjour, ça va?
Ah, oui, j'ai 2 ans!
Non.
Où est le maman?
Well, she's not there, sorry.
Maman est morte?
À la Belgique, elle est en Belgique, la maman.
Ah, Belgique.
Elle est pas morte.
Belgique. Sur la table?
Pas encore, non.
Vous, maman, sur la table?
Let's stop speaking French.
Yes, let's, at last, we voted out. We voted out.
Yeah. I've got an excellent suggestion for a guest.
Oh, bloody hell, I'm going to because I've got 2 bits of paper now, one with dreamboats and petticoats, and one with suggestions.
Digestion?
Suggestions. Guest suggestions.
Suggestions.
No, it doesn't work.
It works better.
Your suggestions, you just said.
Yeah, suggestions.
Suggestions.
No, suggestions.
Well, you can't put guest in the middle of it.
Why not?
Because it doesn't work like that.
Well,
Katia, stay out of this.
There
Yeah,
are
of course
rules.
there are rules when you compound 2 words.
You only bring the rules in when I do a better one than you.
Katia!
Oui?
English?
Yeah, yes. James Burke. James B-U-R-K-E.
Burke.
James Burke. Yes.
Who is he?
Oh, no, you know who is he? Who is he? Who he is?
I don't know who he is.
Yes, he's a historian. You probably saw him on the BBC. He's a futurologist. And in the 70s, he predicted everything that's happening now with technology.
He predicted everything that's happening now?
Yes. The computers and the internet and everything. And he's still alive.
Yeah, he's 80 years old.
I think 70-something.
No, he's 80. I'm looking at him on Wikipedia.
Okay, right. I heard him on a podcast recently, and can we talk to him? My God, he said something so incredible. Yeah. He thinks that in, I think 40 or 50 years' time...
When he'll be dead, so we can't prove it. Clever. I'm going to make predictions for 100 years' time.
We will be able to do anything out of nothing. Yeah, I know.
What?
I know.
No, I think maybe you think you've said something profound when you haven't. You've said you've just said words. He thinks in 40 years' time we'll be able to do anything out of nothing. It doesn't even mean anything.
No, we will have nano factories, and you can pluck atoms out of the air or something, and you just whatever you need. Well, it's there for you. So we need to talk to that man.
Get James Burke on. She's piqued my interest, seriously.
Okay, I'm just writing to Jill Gibson.
Okay, fine. We'll get... Sorry?
What?
Who would you put in your top 5 dreamboats and your top 5 petticoats, Katia?
Our dreamboat. Mille Petrozza.
What? Is he the guy from More Than Words?
No, that's Nuno Bettencourt. I thought he was a hot tamale.
Let's put him in at number 3
He's beautiful.
of the Dream Boats. Nino Bettencourt. More Than Words. All you have to give to show that then you would not let me know that you love me, 'cause I had already said, what would you do if I took those words from you? More than words. It's easier with a guitar.
Well, that's Gary. You're singing Gary Chirone's part, aren't you? At the
I
moment.
don't know whose part he's singing, but
I'm
they need
singing
it back quickly.
I'd like to get my hands on Nino Bettencourt's part. Well, he's number 3, out of the best-looking male performers of all time so far.
Really?
Well, he's the only one we've got, Katya.
Oh, I thought he was dreamy.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm with you on that.
Saying I love you is not the words. Hang on, I remember it. Hang on, okay.
No.
Saying I love you, not the words you want to hear. Hang on a minute. Let me get the tune up. Hang on a minute. Oh, damn words.
I suggest you have a look at the words as well.
No. Don't, I remember the words. I remember learning this and playing it at a party. Here we go. You ready, Katya?
Yeah, okay.
Hang on.
You know what?
Oh, there's an advert. Skip the advert. I don't want to watch something called Sneaky Pete. It looks rubbish. Right. 1991. 4 minutes and 9 seconds. Get ready, ladies. And it's that slapping thing. It's all... You slap the guitar when you're playing.
Flat hand.
Saying I love you is not the words I want to hear from you. It's not that I want you not to say, but only knew how easy it would be to show me how you feel. More than words is all you have to do to make you real. Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me, 'cause I'd already know. What would you do if my heart was torn into more than words to show you feel that your love for me is real? What would you say if I took those words away? Then you couldn't make it. Goes a little bit. They're in the wrong key there.
They're in the wrong key.
They've got that. I know that in G, and I think that might have been an F sharp actually.
Definitely.
I was over there imagining you in black and white.
I'm going to get rid of her because I think she was starting to get sexy with me. That's what it sounded like, didn't it?
Well, then...
Oh, it was good, that, wasn't it? Maybe I'll start the show with that. Oh, so everyone's telling me that, you know Lucas Graham, my favourite.
Oh, no, I hate that song.
No, he's got another one about a funeral. Shall we have a little listen to it? Lucas Graham, funeral.
Lucas?
What's his name? Lucas.
Not Lucas.
My name is Lucas Graham. This is my song, my new song. It's called Funeral. I hope you like it. This is a great song. It's my new song. It's called Funeral by me, Lucas Graham. It's about a funeral, my daddy's funeral.
Oh, no.
I don't know what it's about.
I think it is. These millennials need to cheer up.
Oh, it's about his funeral. Listen to these lyrics. I can see them. Here we go. Oh, the lyrics are brilliant. You're going to love this. You're going to love it.
When it's my time,
I know you'll tailor a new suit for me and buy a new tie, so I look this good. Boy, you were right. You said only the good ones die young.
It's about himself.
In my life, did I look?
Here's the catchy chorus, guys, about his funeral.
Welcome to my funeral. Everyone I know better be wasted. You know I would pour one up.
'Cause the way I lived was amazing.
How old is he?
He's about 19. Flippin' heck.
He knows nothing.
Everyone welcome to my funeral. Everyone I know better be wasted. But yeah, so then they drive off after the funeral, wasted, and they all die in car crashes. It's a Slipper special. It's a Lucas Graham special. Every night is a Lucas Graham special as far as I'm concerned.
Certainly special.
Funeral songs. Songs about funerals. And you get bonus points if it's about the singer's funeral. The Crash Test Dummies did a good song about a funeral. Called Funeral.
Did they?
Yeah.
I just remember.
Well, all their songs are a bit like that. No, they did a good... 0344 499 1000. Of course, top 5 dreamcoats and petticoats. So far we have Nuno Bettencourt.
Nuno.
Nino?
No, Nino.
And
Nuno.
Michelle Phillips. Is there anybody more attractive, male or female, in the genre of pop or rock and roll? 0344 499 1000. Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
We are on Periscope for the first time in quite a long time. Normal Periscope, not 360. It's just my phone stuck up on a tripod. If you want to watch the show, you can see me, the man, and the woman. She the woman, me, the man. www.periscope.tv/Iain Lee, IAIN. LEE. You can call in at any point. And by the way, we're talking about these things. We're doing the top 5 dreamboats and petticoats, and we're talking about slippers and Doctor Who and guest suggestions. You can, of course, call in about anything. And although I do have a ban on Trump, I am fascinated by this Stephen Bannon character, who everyone is calling President Bannon. And my interest has been piqued after listening to the excellent John Ronson, The Elephant in the Room. John Ronson, we're big fans of John Ronson here, and everything he does I think is wonderful. But I put off getting that book. It was like a smaller book, and I like physical books. And then at the weekend I kind of relented, and I tried to download it, and I ended up downloading the audiobook, so it's him reading it, and it was brilliant. I listened to it as we were driving into the rabbit hole and listened to it on the way home. And he talks a little bit, not massively, but a little bit about Stephen Bannon. And I'd seen this name popping up in Twitter feeds and Facebook feeds, and people calling him President Bannon. And I'd seen some pictures of him. And I don't really know much about him. I know he was the head of Breitbart. He was certainly in control of Breitbart, he
was running it, wasn't he?
Yeah, which is where Raheem Kassam is
Yes.
that right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of seen as a right-wing thing. And we read the story last week or the week before, them accusing Madonna of threatening to blow up the White House. And then we had the whole quote, and we saw that wasn't actually what she'd said. Or that if you'd read, around it, it was a slightly different context. I've not really looked into Breitbart, but I know they are linked. Obviously, if Raheem Kassam is involved, they are linked with UKIP, because he was, for a brief period, was running for the leadership of UKIP. And this Stephen Bannon, I don't know. I've read that he has connections. I've read that he is somehow involved with some things that have got online that are very, very racist. Now, whether he's written them, or whether he said them, or whether in his role as editor he allowed them to be published, I don't really know. So I'm choosing my words very carefully. But I'm fascinated by him. And if you ever see a picture now of Trump, Bannon's there in the background somewhere. He's there.
The White House photographer, someone noticed the other day, always seems to line him up
Yeah.
at the far right of a picture.
And he just seems to be omnipresent. He's been given a really good job as the head of Homeland Security or something. He's been given. You can tell I don't really know what I'm talking about. But I'm fascinated by this Stephen Bannon character, who a lot of people are saying is a massive right-wing racist, and he is calling the shots. Now, I don't know if that's the case or not, but... Oh, hang on a minute, we've got Steve calling in. It's not Stephen Bannon, is it?
No, it's not Stephen Bannon. Are we still doing hip, hip, hip?
Yeah, why the hell not?
Oh, hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip. This is a Steve, but it's not Stephen Bannon.
No, it's Steve Henn.
Hey, Steve.
You all right?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm a little bit windy, Pops, but I'm all right.
That's right. You made me... You know what you did to me earlier. I'll tell you this now.
Uh-oh.
I was drinking my wine, and you were talking about this father, and then you just called him a knob.
Who did I call?
Just as I don't know who it was. I was just listening.
Yes.
And you called, and I laughed with all I was drinking, and it was just wrong.
I do apologise. I think you must have misheard, Steve. It's very, very unlikely I would call anybody
well, that's it.
a knob.
No words ever.
No, I would never call anyone that. The contributor to the show, not in the slightest. Well, I'm sorry if you send Talk Radio an invoice, we will send you a brand new bottle of wine.
Ooh,
address it.
$4.99.
Yeah, address it to Paul.Ross.
Paul.Ross at talkradio.co.uk, and that'll get sorted out. Sharpish. What you got for us, Steve?
Nothing really. A guest, I thought. Oh, and I agree with you totally about Doctor Who. That was another thing, yeah.
He should be a white bloke.
Yeah, because he was a Time Lord, and that's what he was born. He was born.
Yeah, and I do, you know, so I think that's the thing that offended somebody on Periscope, that, well, yeah, but they regenerate and it's fiction and it can be, well, no, Doctor is a white bloke. And the same thing, and this always gets me a lot of flack, because his colour isn't specified in the Ian Fleming novels, but James Bond should be a white bloke.
But that's at the age, I mean, when it was written, then...
It would have been a white bloke. And everyone says, oh, Idris Elba should be... I'm not a fan of Idris Elba.
Agree totally. Oh.
Now, is this turning into a clan meeting?
I don't know. Sometimes I agree with you a lot, and then other times
I don't think Idris Elba is that good an actor. He's always playing Idris Elba.
Yeah, I think so. I think people have to like him.
I really like Luther. That was the first time I saw him.
I didn't like Willie. I stopped watching it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I liked the fact that
I liked him in The American Office. Hello, Kat.
Hello. I haven't seen him doing the American accent. I've heard he was very good in The Wire. But
I didn't like The Wire. I got three. Hang on, Steve. Is this what my boys do, and they just repeat everything I say? I watched 3 episodes.
I don't repeat everything you say.
I watched 3 episodes of The Wire. Remember, I downloaded them to my PSP, my PlayStation Portable, and I couldn't A, understand what they were saying, or B, fathom out what was going on, and C, I just thought it was boring.
It was slow. It wasn't
boring. Everyone says, "Oh, you got to stick with it," and I think I stuck with it for 5 episodes actually, and it was utter tosh.
Yeah, I do 3. If I don't like it by 3, it's off.
Oh, now I do 1. If it's not, I've not got time. The clock is ticking, Steve. If it's not got me by 1.
The only exception to that...
Okay,
steady.
I wonder what that noise was.
Yes.
The only exception to that was Portlandia. Because I think I needed... Have you seen Portlandia?
No.
Oh, mate.
Oh, that is good.
I'm writing that down.
Right, you've got to give it, I reckon, 3 or 4.
3. So if it's not got you by 3...
The first one won't get you.
Well, no, I disagree. I think the first one will get him because he's me. The first one got me.
Okay.
The first one, when they start singing that song, we're off to Portlandia.
But definitely after 3.
Singing songs. Oh, there we go.
I tell you why the first one got me. Because I fancied her. I thought she was really cute. I thought, well, I'm gonna like this.
You enjoy watching it more.
Yeah, because she was kind of a bit geeky, and I thought, oh yeah. Portlandia's good.
Okay.
Hey, let's get her on.
I've tried.
She said no.
She's not said anything.
Well, let's try again.
All right.
Keep trying.
I've got a book of hers that I've not read.
I'll tell her.
Tell her I won't read it unless she comes on.
Okay, that'll do it.
There we go. That'll do it, Steve.
That'll do. Okay. I have no idea who it is.
Anything else?
Yes,
you had a guest?
Yes. Now, this might sound weird, and I don't need you to judge me.
Oh, well, I'm judging you constantly, Stephen. I've worked out you're a massive racist. And a pirate.
Do you know what a pirate's favourite shop is?
Argos.
Oh, you do?
Is it? I just worked that out by going through all the shops that had R in it.
Why are pirates so mean?
Because they are.
Because they are. Don't do pirate jokes for me all day.
Yeah, well.
Pirate's favourite instrument?
The harp!
No, I like it though. Guitar. There we go. That's probably lost 4 of your listeners.
Yes. Well.
Yeah, go on then. Here you go. Charlotte Church.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be up for talking to Charlotte Church.
Yeah, because her last stuff was really good. It was really.
I think
weird.
I've got a lot of time for Charlotte Church. I think she's. I think
you get on with her as well.
I think so, and I think she's funny. I've always thought she was funny, and I'm really interested in that transition from when because she was like a child prodigy. Well, who is it? Was it Chris Moyles who did
Jonathan Ross?
No. Who said she's almost when she's 16?
Oh, I think there was a countdown.
I think there was a countdown
like
in the
with
Sun.
Britney.
But I think Moyles said something as well about it. Yeah, when she's 16. But which meant when you were thinking when she was 15. Which is inappropriate. Yeah, no, do you know what? That's an excellent suggestion, Steve.
And do you know what? I think she'd be because she's keen because she's doing some new shows as well. So she.
All right, wicked. Well, we will, as they say in America, we will reach out to Charlotte's people and see what they say.
Good-o.
Steve, nice one, mate. Thank you very much. 0344. We've had some good suggestions, haven't we?
Yeah.
Not bothered?
No, I'm looking at Charlotte Church's website now and working it out.
0344 499 1000. Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0344 499 1000. The guest list. Everyone's come up with some pretty good stuff. What was I going to say? I was going to say something about Charlotte Church. I can't think what it was. Chuckle Brothers, John Higgs, Peter Capaldi, Charlene Spiteri, Michelle Phillips, James Burke, Charlotte Church. That's a good old list, and we're also compiling the top 5 Dreamcoats and the top 5 Petticoats. It's basically the fittest men and women in pop, in any genre of music. Slow uptake on this one. So far we have at number 1 for the Petticoats, Michelle Phillips from the Mamas and Papas. And for the Dreamboats at number 3, we have Nuno Bettencourt.
Of Extreme.
And that's it. And that is all we've got. So,
I had a big thing about Morton Harkett for a long time.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him in the top 5 Dreamboats, though.
No, do you know what? I've gone off him since. I never thought I'd grow out of Morton Harkett.
He looks good for his age. He looks very, very good for his age.
I saw him on Celebrity Mr. and Mrs. and it put me off.
Sorry?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He was on there with his wife.
Well,
and,
he would be.
Well, yeah.
You know, I was asked on that.
Really?
Yeah. Me and my wife were asked on that, and we talked about it. It was quite good money. I want to say it was 10 grand. I want to say 10 grand.
Blimey.
But that seems a lot, but I think that's what it was. It's primetime ITV.
Well, they were saying, so how does Morton show his affection for you? Oh, well, he's not very affectionate, really, but what he does...
He's making the love to me fast and furious in all positions.
No, not even. Do you know what it is? He chooses the colour of mug he gives her in the morning, and that's how he expresses
Is she Dutch as well?
They're Norwegian.
Right, okay. But is she Dutch as well?
Norwegian.
Same as him, yeah?
Yeah, Norwegian.
So Dutch. He's giving me the love hard and fast in the morning and in the afternoon, and if I cook a good supper, I'm a good girl again the third time.
No. He chooses my mug. That wasn't the future I had mapped out for us.
I've made it sound like Morton Harkett is married to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No.
Morton Harkett is making the love to me.
I need your shoes, your coat and your motorcycle.
And I need you to make the love to me if I cook the good supper for you, Morton. Cook the good supper. Speaking of cooking the good supper. Oh, well, no, actually, I'll tell you what we can do. Où est les mirrors? Voici. This might help Morton Harkett, actually. Love life flagging in your 40s and 50s?
I wouldn't know.
Try our 12 sizzling tips.
Oh!
To put your sex drive back into top gear.
12? Oh, I'm exhausted before I even think about it.
Let's go through this.
I don't need to know this. I'm not in my 40s.
Well. The older we get, the bolder we become in the bedroom.
I don't need to hear Morton saying it.
As we make a determined bid to make our sex lives sizzle, the exclusive Mirror Survation poll. Survation? What? Anyway, carried out over the past 3 days, has revealed how people in their 40s, 50s and 60s are up for anything. But I won't do that. As they try exciting new ways to spice up their sex lives. Of the 1,040 to 70-year-olds questioned, more than a quarter had used a sex toy, dildos, vibrators, butt plugs, for the first time after hitting middle age. And since turning 40, here you go, this is you.
I'm not turned 40
No,
yet.
well, 12% had tried having sex in a public place.
That's not since turning... I've not turned 40.
So, okay. So you're going to get even wilder this year. While 6% had bedded a stranger whose name they didn't even know. How do you do that?
Well, that's a stranger then, isn't it?
But how do you do
stranger
that?
whose name you know is not a stranger.
How do you have sex with a stranger? Like, on Instagram or something?
I think it's just if you fall on them.
Well, listen, we used to work at the BBC and that was de rigueur. Role play was something that 15% said they tried, so that's like Dungeons and Dragons.
Role play? Do you need one of them special dice?
Yeah, you do. You need a bent one. While 16% admitted having their first one-night stand. Here, Alex Fox, Durex's sex and relationship sexpert, reveals her top tips for hot... Hey! Dr. Pam does the shagging show here now, doesn't she?
Yeah. We should definitely go for that job.
What nights is she? Is that Saturday nights? Mm-hmm. Okay, because I must listen in. I like Dr. Pam. I know Dr. Pam a little bit. And I like her. But I listened to a sex show on another station by accident. Flipping heck. They can say anything, and we won't, because we've got young people listening. I've gone about as far as... I've gone up to the knuckle with this.
Oh, God. Can you rephrase that?
Gone as far as I can on this. But they talk about...
That.
Well, I'm 65 years old and I'm really keen. We've got a very, we try everything, bondage and dressing up and stuff. But I'm really keen to try anal, but my wife's a bit reluctant. Well, have you sat down and talked to her and told her? Yeah, and I've told her I love it, but she don't want it. She's scared of it going up above. Really? But that's not even as graphic as they get.
I know.
They get even. How do they get away with that? Seriously, how do they get away with it? It's disgusting.
They have a disclaimer on the beginning, don't they, and say it's going to get filthy. So
I've worked with that lady.
Have you?
Yeah.
That was audible.
A little bit. Well, she was annoying. Oh look! Dennis has called in from Dunstable. Let's go to a break, shall we?
You mentioned bondage. The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Dennis, stay there. I will come to you in a bit. Anthony.
Hello, mate.
Hello, Anthony.
Right, I've got a suggestion for a guest.
Okay.
Ages ago, you said you're going to try and get Lee Mathers on. What happened about that?
Oh, Lee Mathers from the Lars. I did a bit of research and I found a book about the Lars. And it's a good book. And I went on some forums and he doesn't really seem to be around anywhere.
Oh.
Well, do you know what? I will redouble my efforts because I did have a look into it and I got nowhere. So let me have another look because he would be interesting. I don't think he... Bless you. Hang on. She's going to sneeze. Bless you. Don't worry, he didn't disturb the show. He said, doing an Oliver Hardy turn to the camera. I don't think he does interviews.
No.
But you're right, he would be a very interesting gentleman to talk to.
What about Jason Williamson, the shouty bloke out of Sleaford Mods?
Out of who?
Sleaford Mods.
Kath?
Nope.
You're older than me.
No,
Does this
I
ring a
am
bell?
not. Never heard of Sleaford Mods before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, YouTube that. A lot of it's a bit sweary though. So
well,
when you're on your own,
yes.
When you're on your own, do it.
Sleaford, what is it? A band?
Yeah, two fellas about your age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
one
old
from
men?
Saxelby, one from Newark.
But so when were they around then? In the 90s?
What, Sleaford Mods?
Yeah.
Now.
They're around now?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, they are.
No.
Honestly, just YouTube.
Don't. It says it's swearing.
I know. I'm just looking at their
Yes,
website.
you don't have to play it on air. Just yeah.
Gosh, even the website's swearing.
Oh no! Hey, I tell you who was good, and I meant to try and track them down. I read a book about them. I think there was a film made about them, but I missed it. It was these two Scottish lads, right?
Yes.
And I can't remember the name of the book. It's a true story. And they somehow pretended that they were American rappers, right? And they went to America, and I think they got on MTV. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? 0344 499 1000. If anyone knows what I'm talking about.
What were they called?
Well, that would be the clue, wouldn't it? I can't remember.
No.
There were two Scottish lads, and one of them wrote a book about his experience, and they went to America, and were getting offered like big recording contracts. They went on MTV.
Syllable and Brains.
Yeah, it was them.
What called?
Syllable, spell Sillibil, and Brains. Scottish hip-hop duo consisting of Gavin Bain and Billy Boyd, best known for masquerading as American rappers from California to secure a record deal.
Yeah.
And it's formed the basis of Bain's 2010 memoir, California Scheming.
That is it. That is such a good book.
Later reprinted as Straight Out of
I'll
Scotland.
listen to it. I will. I'll listen to it in the morning.
Yeah, Anthony, listen, we're going to... Thank you, Anthony. That's an excellent suggestion. Lee Mavers. We'll have that on the list.
Oh, let's look up these guys.
Get him on, because the book... well, I must have read it when we were at the other place. And it wasn't appropriate. But the book is such a funny read. Absolute brilliant scammers with balls of steel. And they work it to perfection. There's videos of them on MTV, on YouTube and stuff. And they're pretending to be American. I'll have to dig out that book. I wonder if I've still got it. I do this thing where I have big clear-outs of books, and then about 3 years later I go, I wonder where that book is, because that was a cracking read. My sister got me onto that, I think, if I remember correctly. Great Hip-Hop Hopes. No, it's not called that. Dennis.
Good evening. Listen, what's this business of you having to fizz up your sex life?
Steady on, steady.
I've not stopped fizzing since I left the Navy.
Well, I don't. If it's fizzing, you should. You can get a cream for that. Dip it in a bowl of yoghurt.
No, thank you.
No,
I don't do anything like
that. Bit of hanky panky, spanky.
Yes, you never know what goes on.
No, well,
behind closed doors. But I've not stopped fizzing in all that time.
Hey, Fonzie, you're like the English Fonz.
Yes.
Well, did you go? I think the new 50 Shades of Grey.
I'm waiting for it to come round.
I think it's out now, isn't it? The second.
Yeah, but you can't buy it.
Oh, you want to watch it in private?
Naturally.
You didn't get chucked out of the cinema like last time.
I'm reading the second book at the moment again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It falls open on the mucky bits.
First book, actually.
It falls open on the mucky bits.
No, it's not so much that. It's a bit more adventurous in the second one.
In terms of story or in terms of the sex?
A bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
No, they're nicely together now. They stop spanking a bum.
Yeah. Oh, they're now like a proper couple.
Yeah, that's right. More or less.
Is Rita Ora in it more, in the book?
He's a bit softer than he used to be.
Oh, dear. Well, he should go to the doctors. Because there's nothing to be embarrassed about. It happens to all of us.
Toothbrush and 2 rubber bands is the best thing.
Well,
oh my!
It was a lolly stick in my day, but yeah.
Well, there we are. Anyway, all the best.
Thank you very much indeed.
I have no idea what that conversation was, and I don't want to know, do I?
No, you don't really. Flippin' heck.
It is like the bat signal, though. As soon as you mention anything like that, he's on.
I cannot think of a more boring film than 50 Shades of Grey. Why didn't she wear a bra?
I know. I thought he was tight. He must have got those knickers on like 3 for 2.
Yeah.
Because he never bought her a bra to go with him. And, it was very nippy in that room.
Well, it was, exactly. I think that's what got him going. It was rubbish. It really
He
was.
looked like he was having trouble acting like someone who was walking across a room.
Is it the same actors in the new one?
Yeah.
Because they didn't want. They must have got tied into a tight contract.
I think it's a different director.
Sam, the lady Sam, whose name escapes me, who is going out with young John Lennon. Sam Bailey, Tyler Moore, something like that. You're not Christian, Ed. He typed stuff on. He's deleted it, but I remembered it. He says tight contracts like the bondage straps. We're in the go and read a Bible and think pure thoughts, for goodness sake. He's filthy. He is filthy. He's not. He's the hip side of Christianity. We can dig that. 0344 499 1000. By the way, I've been invited to go and see Danny Baker's live show.
Have you?
Yeah. He sent me a little message saying... I tweeted him saying, any tickets going? And then I tweeted going, oh, no, I didn't. I wasn't bragging. And then I tweeted, oh, I meant blagging. I'm going to stop now. Because I wasn't. But he sent me a little DM saying, you let me know when you want to come, son. We'll get you in. So I'll check out the dates.
Pretty sweet.
Well, toot sweet. I've realised, of course, that in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the song Toot Sweet, there's a pun, isn't it?
Toot sweet. Toot,
but toot sweet is a phrase, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what it means. I say it.
It means straight away.
Yeah.
Toot sweet.
So, so it's a joke, isn't it? It's a joke. It's good, that film. It's too long. You could take 40... Here we go. Last hour of the show, films that are too long.
Yeah.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Mary Poppins.
Yes, I will give you that. Yellow Submarine, it's too long.
Willy Wonka.
The first one, the original.
I used to fast forward through all the sad bits.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's too
Cheer
long.
Up Charlie and all that.
I think that's it. Those are all the films
I'm glad we covered that.
that are too long. Oh, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies are too long. They're good, but they're too long. They're 2.5 hours. Ed's put headphones on and pulled the microphone into place. He's coming in whether we want him or not. Ed.
The Hobbit.
Never watched it.
The second one there were so many points where it could have ended. I was like, oh,
I thought you would have been had a boner watching it because it's like all your people.
It's home. I mean, that's what New Zealand looks like. You know, we've got little short people.
I never watched any of the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit, and I told you this before. The reason was I was going to wait for all of the Lord of the Rings to come out on extended director's cuts. Get mashed up and watch them. But then I stopped drinking and doing all kinds of naughtiness a long, long time ago. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to watch those straight. They look boring as hell.
They're not boring. They're quite beautifully done, but they are long.
They take and when you do
and also they cut off at weird points, I think. Like The Hobbit. Well, the first Lord of the Rings film, it spends a load of time on... the whole thing is like 2 chapters in the book. And you think, well, hang on, where's the rest of me film?
Do you know what's also too long? This conversation about Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. Alex Fox, Durex's sex and relationship expert.
Oh, Foxy.
Reveals her top tips for hotting up your sex life in middle age and beyond. Okay, go through some of these. If you're waiting to come on, I'll come to you in a minute. But we need to deal with this first. You'll be on before the news. 1, be confident. A lack of body confidence as we get older can make us shy between the sheets.
Did anyone ever ask if they could kiss you before they kissed you?
I don't think so.
It happened to me.
Why?
They felt like they had to ask permission. It was a really odd conversation.
I've had someone say, I'd really like to kiss you. And I said, yes.
Well, no, this one was, would you mind if I... Would you mind?
Well, that's nice. That's nice. That's romantic. Why are you having a go about a guy for that?
I'm just saying about the...
I'm assuming it was a guy.
Just talking about the be confident thing and, the permission.
Oh, well, these days, though...
You've got to get it signed.
You've got to get it signed. You've got to get everything signed off. Seriously. If you're struggling with your self-image or feeling blue about your body... Hang on a second. Right, this escalates quickly.
If you're feeling blue about your body, put some socks on.
Hang on a minute. This escalates very quickly from being confident. If you're struggling with self-image or feeling blue about your body... Dressing up and experimenting with costumes
whoa
can help boost how you feel about yourself and prompt you to view your looks in a new light. Role-playing offers a way to escape the day-to-day life so you can temporarily stop being mum or the office manager and let another part of your character come out. What's that got to do with I feel so can't. I've got stomach, and I'm
going to slip into some lycra. That'll do it.
I'm going to be a copper in hot pants. Come here, girl.
Spread them.
Oh no! Please, for goodness sakes, G.
Hello. What's that?
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I had you on speakerphone.
Yes, we don't like speakerphone. The speakerphone is the worst invention of all time. Yes.
I had two things that I wanted to talk to you about, and now it's turned into three. Why do you do this to me?
Well, you better spit it out then, G.
Right. Ding! Right. Longest film that just goes on forever, Independence Day.
Oh, but I don't remember Independence Day particularly well, but I don't remember feeling bored during it. I remember it being a roller coaster ride of fun.
I had to watch it 6 times to get to the end.
Oh, flipping it! That's are you taking a
Fell
run?
asleep 5 of those.
Yeah.
And the last time, I actually watched it in 4 segments.
Wow, films where you've had to take a break. We can do that. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, definitely Independence Day for me.
2012 is a long film. 2012 is a long film, but I like that. I thought that was one of Hollywood's greatest peaks. I thought it was a superb film, 2012. Yes, go on, number 2.
Number 2, guests to get on your show.
Yes.
Raised by raptors.
What is that?
They're an up-and-coming...
No,
not going to happen.
No.
Oh, okay. Let's scratch that
Up
one
and
then.
coming. I don't want up and coming. I want old and experienced.
But I thought you liked up-and-coming.
No, I can't stand up and
was your
coming.
gig.
I want people that have got a proven track record.
But I thought that was the whole point of, hello, rabbit hole, and...
No, it's got nothing to do with...
You missed the entire point then,
You've missed the point. This is a list of guests. We've got the Chuckle Brothers, Capaldi, Spiteri, Phillips, Charlotte Church and Lee Mavers. These are seasoned professionals.
Okay, so let's flick this over to 4 things that I now want to say.
Well, you've only got 50 seconds now.
Okay, 50 seconds. Happy birthday, Star. I absolutely adore you.
Wow,
Tell her in person. She lives with you.
You cut off. It's cut off. It's not Ken Bruce Popmasters. No, what is it? We're not doing shout-outs. She's in the same building as you, man! Go and say it. Don't go and say it to her. Go and say it. Thank you, G. No, up and coming is all well and groovy. Of course it is. But no, for the list of guests, we want people that have got a good few years under their belt experience, and they've got a cracking list so far. We'll crack on in the next hour with that. We'll give you more tips to boost your sex life. We're still looking for hot male pop stars and hot female pop stars. Films that are too long. Actually, there's quite a lot to talk about. 0344 499 1000. Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Another hour to go, and I'll be honest, I'm quite peckish. 0344 499 1000. Late Nights with Iain Lee. Only here on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Well, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with fire up. I've never been with anything less than a 9. So fine, I've been on fire with Sally Field, gone past with a girl named Bo, but somehow they just don't end up as mine. It's a death-defying life I lead. I take my chances. I die for living in the movies and TV. But the hardest thing I ever do is watch my leading ladies kiss some other guy while I'm bandaging my knee. I might fall from a tall building, I might roll a brand new car, 'cause I'm the unknown stuntman that made Redford such a star. I've never spent much time in school, but I taught ladies plenty. It's true, I hire my body out for pay. Hey, I've gotten burned over Cheryl Teague's, blown up for Raquel Welch. But when I wind up in the hay, it's only hay. Hey, I might so fine.
Hang on. Hang on a minute. The curse has been set off.
Oh, no.
Talked about shops closing down. We haven't had any for ages. HMV's gone bust.
No.
Let me read on, because this may... it's all of them. Is it just Canada?
Is this verified? You've got to be careful.
It's from Blitz magazine, which is a reputable rock and roll magazine. It might just be in Canada.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
HMV Canada. Okay. Yes, it's HMV in Canada has gone bust. Okay. Phew, guys. That was tense. It was a tense moment, but it's a sign of things to come.
Consider it a second chance to go and show your appreciation for a much-loved institution.
By going into HMV, looking at CDs, choosing stuff you want to buy, then seeing how much cheaper it is online. Do you remember? I remember when CDs came out and record stores were they've always been worried about pirating and taping music and stuff like that. And I remember back in the day, you could go and buy a CD from HMV, take it back, tape it home, tape it, and go back and go, I got this for my birthday and I got 2. Can I bring it back? They go, yeah, okay, you get cash refund.
Thing is, there were kids behind the counter. They didn't care, did they?
But also, do you remember there was a thing, and it was. I think this was on Tomorrow's World. And by the way, BBC, if you want to take a few of my quid, bring out a Tomorrow's World DVD box set. I would slap down top dollar for that.
Oh, it would be amazing to see it now. Those predictions.
What you do? I mean, I'm guessing it ran from 60s to 90s. So you have 2 discs from each decade. Beautiful. 60s, 70, 80. Yeah, I'd pay for that.
Oh, time is right.
I would totally pay for that. Wonderful stuff. Anyway, they had it. I'm sure they had it on Tomorrow's World. In some stores, certainly in America, and I think they had it in this country, to try and make it more attractive to buy music, you could go in and you could burn your own CDs. You could pick, I mean, it took like an hour or something, but you could go in, you could pick like 12 songs that you wanted and get them put onto a CD from different artists. Does anyone else remember that? I'm asking a lot of questions. No one's phoning in, so up yours, Dolores. So until we get someone phoning in saying, no, Ian, you've got that completely wrong, then that's the fact. But yeah, that's what I'm sure you used to be able to do that. You could go in and...
Back when that was technology you didn't have at home.
Well, I remember looking at buying a CD burner, big, standalone thing that you plug into your hi-fi. They're about £300-400 to burn a CD. My mate had one actually. He had two. He had a CD player and a CD recorder, so you could copy CDs. That was what that was. I remember when games came on cassette. Video games came on cassette. And
yeah, I'd Outrun.
Before we had tape to tape, I remember putting 2 cassette recorders next to each other, turning the volume up on one, pressing record and play on the other, then pressing play, and then going out and taping. And sometimes it worked.
Yeah, I know. I used to do that as well.
Sometimes it worked.
I did that as well. That Outrun, though, I loved it. I spent hours on that, and it's really basic, and it's just side to side, really.
Yeah.
But it was so basic that the soundtrack was on the other side of the cassette.
Man,
so you loaded it in, and then you just put the music on. Had nothing to do with the action.
We had a game that used to scare me called the Death Mines of Cyrus. And it would scare me because as it was loading up, this is before computers could talk, right? As it was loading up, the tape player would play a man talking. And I remember playing this like late at night, probably 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. And I was there all on my own and suddenly this voice started talking. Welcome to the Death Mines of Cyrus. And I absolutely cacked my pants. Gordon!
Hello there, it's Gordon from St Albans here.
Hello, Gordon, nice to talk to you.
From St Albans.
It is nice to talk to you. Well, very noisy in St Albans, Gordon.
Oh, Ian, it's such a terrible evening. It's terrible but good at the same time.
Well, what's the tragedy and what's the comedy?
Okay, well, it's all encompassed in one.
Yeah.
I'm in my local pub called the Golden Lion.
Yeah.
And this is a pub that's been going for 300 years.
Gosh, they must be tired.
Tonight is the last night.
Well, it's had a good run.
It's had a good run, yeah, but everyone's in here. We're having a really good time. I'm Gordon from St Albans.
It's funny, are you in St Albans now? Because I know St Albans and I don't remember a Golden Line. Maybe that's why it's gone bump.
Oh, Cass. You remember? It's down the bottom, you know, by...
by the thingy?
Prezzo.
Yeah.
Just round the corner from Prezzo, opposite the fish market.
Oh, yeah.
Is it not Prezzo?
Yeah.
It's Prezzo.
Prezzo.
Double Z is Prezzo, isn't it? Yeah, it's Prezzo,
Prezzo.
Gordon.
Prezzo.
Prezzo.
Yeah, Gordon from... my name's Gordon. I'm calling from St Albans.
Gordon from St Albans. Well, thank you, Gordon. That's a really touching story.
Oh, I love you, and I love everything that you do.
That's really cool. What's your favourite thing of mine that I've done, Gordon?
Oh, it's the way that you touch us with your deep and meaningful, insightful dissection of the human psyche in its most basic and base form.
Well, thank you, Gordon. That really is. That's very kind of you. I do like touching you deeply, Gordon.
I hope that I've helped you.
It really has. Sorry, what did you say your name was and where you're calling from?
My name's Gordon from St Albans.
Let me just write that down. It was Gordon.
Yeah.
And where are you calling from?
St Albans.
Thank you very much, Trevor.
Oh, Gordon.
Sad news.
Yeah.
Just heard back from Charlotte Church's people.
Yeah.
Thanks, but we'll have to pass on this for now.
Oh.
So I've said, thanks for letting us know, and please keep us in mind for the future.
Oh, that's a shame. She would have been good. All right, well, the Charlotte Church is the first one to get a line drawn through her name. Tip number 2.
Oh.
Out of 12. Imagine having 12 tips.
Are we still dressed up at this point, or
I think
is it a different day?
I think we reset the clock after every one.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just going to be too complicated. Number 2 is communicate. Communicate with your lover what you want. Don't be afraid of saying what you want. Don't hold back. Show your fancies. And communicate.
Does it say all that, or does it just say
I'm
communicate?
making it up. Good communication is the key to a great love life. But it can be really tricky to broach a conversation with your partner about sexual problems.
Why don't you come on the radio and do it that way?
Try and she's got a system here. Care, air, share. Hello. Try my care, air, share technique.
How do I do that?
First, show you care about your lover's needs and concerns. Start by telling them, I know your job's been keeping you really busy lately, and you've been stressed.
But get a load of this.
Yeah.
Or is that
well,
too
why
much?
are you telling me that with your wanger out, Steve?
With just a bow tie on.
Next, air what's on your mind. I've noticed you don't seem so interested in sex nowadays. I'd love to enjoy more regular fun together.
Oh.
Then invite them to share their thoughts. What do you think? Is there a way we could work that out? If not, is there if I go and have an affair or see a prosy?
Does she say that?
Well...
Not in so many words.
It's implied. It's implied. Number 3, flirt. Make a conscious effort to flirt and play with your partner in the daytime as well as in the evening. If you're going out to dinner together... Oh, this is disgusting!
I know what they're going to say.
Yeah.
No pants.
No. Try making love before you leave the house.
Oh, but wash your hands if you're eating.
Instead of waiting until you get home when you may well be exhausted, tipsy, bloated after a rich meal. Why would you want to... Should we go out for a meal? Yeah, all right, let's go to Prezzo. Isn't it Prezzo? No, it's 2 Z's. It's Prezzo. I thought it was Prezzo. No, it's Prezzo. Oh. Do you fancy a quick bunk up before we go? Not really.
Why? Because I'll probably be really farty when we come home.
Yeah, I'm going to be bloated. It's going to be a rich meal. What, a Prezzo? Why are you saying it in an Italian accent? Oh, it turns me on.
Bingo.
Regularly let them know that you think they look gorgeous. What if they don't?
They'll know.
What if you've married a munter?
They'll go, what are you after?
Whether that's first thing in the morning...
Oh, well, they'll know you're fibbing.
Or when you are both chilling out on the sofa in the evening. What kind of sick filth is this? Chilling out on the sofa?
Just got to say to you, those slippers look great.
Hey, thanks. I went to Marx's and bought myself a new pair, 15 quid. I can't understand why they're losing money every 6 months.
Gosh, that is hot conversation, isn't it?
Speaking of hot conversation. Yes, Russ?
Hello.
Sorry, I was on loudspeaker.
Why is everybody on? Why has everybody lost the ability to hold a phone to their ears while they're waiting to come on the radio? What is their problem? What is everyone's problem?
It's just a habit.
Well, break it.
Break it. All right then.
Evening, Russ. What you got?
I was listening to you talking about sort of tape to tape and then the old cassette games and stuff. It's brought memories back for me.
Well, let's hear Russ's memories.
Well, I don't know whether you'll have the same experiences because I was one of the unfortunate ones who had a crappy Amstrad CPC 464.
Built-in tape deck. Built-in tape deck.
Yeah.
Built-in tape deck. You loser.
I mean, it was expensive at the time when my parents bought it. I think it was 199 quid.
We went to Maidenhead. We went to Maidenhead. You had the green screen, didn't even have the colour one.
Oh,
we went to Maidenhead the other day, and we walked through the shopping centre. And Maidenhead, when I was a kid, was posh. It ain't posh now. And we walked past a shop. Can't think what it was, but suddenly I was a flush of memories flooded back of when that shop used to be Rumbelows, and that's where we bought our second computer. The first one was a Dragon 32, but where we bought our second computer, a BBC Micro Model B, 400 quid. 400 quid it cost us. And I remember being so excited going there after school one day with my mum and dad, and they bought this thing. Oh, I was over the moon.
Massive box.
Over the moon, Russ.
I was actually, I don't know what it was. Something triggered a memory in my mind the other day about the old BBC computers we used to have in school.
Yeah.
They must have been subsidised or something by the BBC. I remember being told that I was part of the computer generation.
Yeah, and that was constituted by 5 computers to 30 kids, and we all standing around.
We had a lot. But it's weird to think because the BBC made those computers. That's weird, isn't it?
Do you remember Oh, you must have the same experience as me. Paint Spa. It was one of the programs that used to... There'd be one of the big TVs on a stand at the front of the classroom, and I was always the one who decided to draw a large...
Crying cactus?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I'd always get on the computer that was linked to the big screen.
Yeah, and draw a crying cactus.
That's why the me being part of the computer generation didn't work out because I'm on the iPhone, but I'm not that.
I can still, if you give me a computer that takes BASIC, I can still write a program that will convert centigrade to Fahrenheit. And I used to go into shops and write, because people were going to shops, right, 10 print. Kath is a bummer, 20 go to 10, and it would repeat it. Yeah. Of course, if you put a semicolon after Kath is a bummer, or Kath is bent, or whatever, or Kath touches boys for 5 pence, put a semicolon, it wouldn't just be a stream, it would cover the whole screen. But what I would do, because my mum and dad would leave me there for like an hour while they'd go off, I'd write a quiz. It would say, hello, what is your name? And you enter the name, that becomes the A string. So you just put, hello, A string, so it'd say, hello, Kath. Would you like to quiz? Yes. If you said no, bye-bye. We'll start again. Hello, what is your name? If you said yes, okay. And it will ask you questions.
Oh, what a lonely boy.
I was very, very lonely. Very, very lonely.
Speaking of which, I used to do, do you remember that? Someone gave me a book and it was...
Remember books, yeah?
No, but it was a book. It was a computer game. I'd spent ages on that. I don't think I ever played it in the end, but I did spend ages programming this Sherlock Holmes game.
Oh.
In BASIC.
I could never get my head around all that. I just haven't got the patience. I remember there's this one game that came free with the Amstrad called Animal, Vegetable or Mineral, and it's actually someone's put a video on YouTube of it, and you've got to guess what this item is. It's an animal, a vegetable, or a mineral.
Mineral. And what was it?
Well, it was always something different, but it was the way the computer used to talk to you, and
I used to
proper crap games. And then I eventually bought a second-hand Commodore, and it was like, yeah, this is it.
This is it. And I bought a Commodore when I left college for a tenner at a car boot sale. Thank you for that, Russ. Chris Seavey, who was Frank Sidebottom, was one of the first people to realise that computers were the way forward, right? And there's a brilliant story, which I believe to be true. His missus sent him to, he tells it as Frank and his mum, but it was his missus sent him to pay to the gas board to pay the gas bill, and he had all the money, and they were poor, right? And so he went off to pay the gas bill, but he came back with a Spectrum. She went, "What's that?" And this is like when they would cost like 300 quid. She went, "What's that?" He goes, "We're gonna make millions off this." She says, "Have you paid the gas bill?" He went, No, I've spent it all on this." And he didn't make millions, but he did write some computer games, including one called Amoeba Frank. This is for the ZX81, and what it was a blank screen, right? And you and your mates would have to point to the screen, different parts of the screen, and you press the space bar, and a dot would appear, and whoever was finger was closest to the dot won. That's brilliant. That's like virtual reality, head of its time. You've seen the pop video he did, didn't you, on the computer? Have I shown you that?
I don't think you have.
Oh, let's have an ad break. I'll see if I can find it.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
It's a brilliant song. B, what you didn't get was that is a video on a ZX81. There's Chris Seavey, Frank Sidebottom.
Just to get the timing that precise is amazing.
It's incredible. I'll tweet that, the links. It's well worth watching. It's absolutely brilliant. It's a brilliant song. And what you have to do is you have to play the record, load up the game, and as it says, not many people can get the game to work, and then you press play as you put the needle down on the record, and it would do a video.
Brilliant.
On a ZX81, guys. A ZX81. And that is when, I mean, that, now it looks cute. In 1983, that would have looked amazing. That would have looked incredible. You'd be like, what the flipping hell is this? How are they doing this? Get in the mood, tip number 4.
Oh, we're back there, are we?
Yeah. Play a naughty version of Consequences. Now, what is Consequences?
Isn't that thing where you fold a paper in a concertina and you do like a funny picture? You know, someone does the head and then...
here we go. Yeah, you're right. One of you think of a location and write it down. Take turns to add details such as props, which could be a sex toy.
Oh, God.
Handcuffs or a hotel room key.
What are you going to do with that?
Positions, costumes. She's obsessed with costumes, this woman.
I think she might work for...
Well, she works for Durex.
The dressing up shop as well.
She works for the Johnnies. And scenarios. Over the day. Over the day? You will conjure up an X-rated bedtime story. And as you will have spent hours thinking lewd thoughts, you'll be in the mood to get rude.
No, it'd be massive disappointment, won't it?
Experiment number 5, bringing science into it.
Okay, Bunsen burner.
Tiredness and stress can have a huge impact on our sex lives as we age. If a man is exhausted or anxious, it can be difficult for him to... All right, come on,
Yeah,
guys.
we get it. Or we don't.
Here we go. Remember who she works for. If losing an erection is denting a man's sexual confidence as opposed to denting you... Toys, such as the Durex Pleasure Ring...
Oh, there we go.
...can offer a fantastic chemical-free helping hand. What is that?
Like a boxing ring? No, I think it's something slightly smaller.
This woman's obsessed. She is, Number 6. 0344 499 1000, by the way. Number 6, trying new... I feel a bit nauseous, not because of what we're reading, although it's not helping. Oh, here we go. So blokes can't get it up. Women... a drop in estrogen associated with aging can also make women's bodies less responsive to stimulation. What's wrong with a good kiss, boy? What's that from? Do you know what that's from?
No, I don't.
What's wrong with a good kiss, boy? Monty Python.
Oh, which one?
The Meaning of Life, where John Cleese is giving a sex education lesson.
Oh, I do know that one.
And he invites his wife in and they strip off. Now then! How do we get her going? Stimulate the clitoris, sir. What's wrong with a good kiss, boy?
Saying that was my least favourite of their films.
It's not a very good film. It looks brilliant, but it's not the funniest. But I remember watching that with my mum.
Oh.
Because I was really into Monty Python and I bought it in Woolworths on the way home from school. And we watched it and I was cringing with embarrassment.
I watched the Holy Grail one with my dad, and it's that bit where he's in the... in the tower full of the hot women.
Yeah.
Now we stay for the oral sex. I was like, oh, don't say that.
That's my favourite of the films, The Holy Grail.
I love that one.
Life of Brian I never found funny until I watched it last year. I watched it last year and I thought, oh, actually, it is brilliant. As a kid, I didn't really get it. As a 15-year-old, I didn't really get it. But Holy Grail is... I just think it's the whole thing with the coconuts. It's just beautiful.
Brave Sir Robin.
It is and the knights who say neat and
tis but a scratch.
Yeah, flesh wound. It is, and they all get arrested by like modern day police at the end. I just think
because they kill the historian, don't they?
Yeah. I do think it's joyous. Yeah. I love that. Anyway. What's wrong with a kiss, boy? I haven't seen that for years. The good news is many women find they have orgasms more frequently as they mature. Just takes a bit longer to get there. Well, don't take too long. Time is money.
And you're quite mature. You haven't got the rest of your life.
Using a sex toy during foreplay and intercourse can help add that extra level of stimulation that you may find that you need in order to climax as you get older.
That's a lot of faffing about, isn't it?
It is, and you've got to find batteries, and it's 0344 499 1000. Call in, otherwise we continue with this sick filth.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call, although they...
I think they're all taking notes at home.
I just feel a bit nauseous. Yeah, could I get some cold water, please? I feel a little bit sickly. Maybe I'm going to do a Charlie Wolf on air. Who knows? Charlie. We'll be right back, folks. Yeah, I feel a bit sickly. Let's go through the list of potential guests, shall we, that we have so far. We have the Chuckle Brothers, John Higgs, who's written a book about the KLF, Peter Capaldi. I don't think we'll get Peter Capaldi. Charlene Spiteri. I'd be surprised, but I bet she'd be good. Michelle Phillips, James Burke, the futurologist. Charlotte Church has said no. And Lee Mavers from the Lars. I tried to track him down before. And he's very reclusive, although I think the Lars, in some capacity or another, sometimes as a duo, sometimes as a full band, do go out and play some gigs. Oh, that's what I was going to say about Charlotte Church. I've just remembered. When I was at another radio station years and years ago, we used to have this old guy phone up, a bit like Nigel, but I'm going to say it, creepier. And he used to say that he was Charlotte Church's cousin. I think, do anyone remember this? Anyone remember this? Charlotte Church's cousin would phone up. And he would talk about her. And it was a bit weird, and we kind of suspected he wasn't. But it was a weird thing to lie about. And he'd tell us about how he'd seen her at the weekend, and he kept saying, I'll get her on the show one day. This guy used to pretend to be Charlotte Church's cousin when I was at LBC. And this went on. He phoned in for about a year. Thank you. He phoned in for about a year, this guy. And then one day, she was doing like a musical in the West End or something. And he phoned up and we said, oh, why don't we phone up the theatre where she's at? And you know, you can pass a message on to her. We went, yeah, okay. And so we phoned up the theatre and went at the stage door and we went, yeah, is Charlotte Church there? They went, no, who is this? So this is LBC, but we've got Charlotte Church's cousin on the other line, Paul, and we just thought it would be nice to phone up. Well, you've never heard his phone slammed down so quickly. Never heard from him ever again. Never heard from him ever again. What a surprise. It was bullshine. What a surprise. He was a fantasist. Who'd have thought a weird old man would be a fantasist? I do wonder, not very often do I wonder about callers that have gone missing. But, we had this message that I didn't play out the other night. Where was it? Where did I put it? Here. There. This guy phoned up and left a message for the rabbit hole. We didn't get to play it the other day.
Hello, Iain. It's me. Hello, Iain. It's me.
Vinny. It's funny.
I know that voice.
And his number popped up on the screen the other day and then disappeared. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? And we used to have a guy a long time ago. He had like, hello, he was talking this French voice. And he would say, I've not changed. This is it. Not. Yes, sir. It's good to talk to you, sir. I have not changed my trousers for 100 days, sir. It's very messy. I have not changed my trousers, sir. And he would phone up a lot. And we also had this old woman. You can poke me with your donut. What was her name? Let's play a bit.
Isn't that Maureen from?
Maureen. Right.
Yeah, I've heard bits of her.
I mean, filthy. But I think we can get away with
She used to invite you over, didn't she?
Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what this is.
Maureen!
Wonderful evening, Iain.
It is a wonderful evening. And do you know what was wonderful? Last night, I went to this party and it was rubbish because the cheeky girls were there. Got home.
Cheeky girls, yeah.
Got home, turned on the radio. The radio was tuned to BBC London.
Uh-oh.
Dear.
Yeah, I don't normally listen to that rubbish. Anyway, they had an expert on there talking about love.
Oh, did you hear me on the radio?
I heard you on BBC London.
She phoned up. She phoned up BBC London. That was it. I remember that party of the Cheeky Girls. It was a Gene Simmons party, and the Cheeky Girls and Lembit Opik were there, and I saw Gene Simmons, and I went. Anyway.
Saying that you were having some with the old boy next door.
That's right. Naughty boy you are, Iain.
You're a naughty girl from what you were saying.
I didn't say anything rude.
You didn't say anything rude, but the implication was he's married and you're getting some.
Well, I didn't say I'm having sex at the moment.
But it's building up to a sexual relationship.
But if I do, I'll tell him to use a condom.
Yes, of course. Safe sex all the time.
Iain, do you live in Haringey?
Yes, I do.
I live in Haringey in Tottenham.
Oh, right. I live in Muswell Hill.
Oh, would you like to come for dinner sometime?
It depends. What are you going to give me?
I'm going to make you taste my jam donut.
Oh.
It's very tasty. It's a jam donut, Iain. Do you like cakes, do you?
I love cakes.
Would you like to taste my jam donut?
Have you ever done this? When you're eating a donut, try and eat a donut without licking your lips. It's impossible.
Well, it's naughty.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes. Well, I'll have a jam donut and I'll bring you over an eclair.
No, I want you to bring yourself.
Oh, okay.
And I'll offer you my body, if you want to.
I'm fine, thank you.
Right.
But that is very naughty, so I might have to punish you.
You know, when I hear you on The Voice, on the radio, you give me goosebumps.
Really?
You do.
Oh, you make me nervous.
You make me feel sexy.
Well, that's good. If I can make an old woman feel like she's a woman again, then that I've done something, haven't I?
Would you like to spank my bottom one day?
Escalated.
Yeah. Jill!
Hello.
Hello, Jill.
Jam, how could you turn down jam donut?
I've heard a worse one than that.
There's a lot. That is a tame one. That must be one of the first calls. She would always talk about Michael Jackson as well. There's loads of them on. I mean, that's from 10 years ago, 2007, LBC, when it had a sense of humour. But the weird thing was, right, never found out who Maureen was.
She was never in when you went round.
Normally it was like, pull my hair and spank my bottom.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
You bring Chris, your producer, as well. But here's the weird thing. I heard her phoning up Ian Collins once and making a serious point about politics. When he was... honestly, she was making a serious point. And that was the moment when I thought... Because I'm normally really good at spotting prank calls. And that is such a convincing old woman's voice. And to hear her making a serious point for about 2 or 3 minutes about politics in that voice, there's no gag.
Or is it just a way for actors to perfect their...
Could be.
Characters, I don't know.
It could be. And then some later calls it became like a soundboard and stuff, but never found out who that was. Boy, oh boy, I'd love to shake... I mean, it could be a very funny old woman.
I think it's a fella.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think... Honestly, I don't think... Well, it's one of those mysteries, guys.
We may never know.
We'll just never find out. 0344 499 1000. Chris, stay there. Come to you after this.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Hey, we're nearly at the end, and the two mics will come in and start shouting at each other. They're very shouty, aren't they? They're both... The thing about the two mics is they're both quite tiny. I mean, they're minute gentlemen in height.
All the force went into their voice boxes.
They just shout at each other. I find it hilarious. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. I find it absolutely hilarious, though. Two old men just shouting at each other.
I like the bits where someone's mean to them and one of them goes, bit harsh.
Bit harsh, that. Anyway. Chris!
Hello.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Ian. I've got to say, you're absolutely correct about those two old men.
What? Which bit?
About they're old.
Yep.
And they shout at each other.
Yeah, it's an accurate description.
Mm.
Do you like old men shouting at each other?
Well, I'd rather watch them cooking, but that's all right.
Huh?
Anyway, the reason, Ian, I phoned you...
Yes.
...is because I've just been listening to your show. I had to Google your phone number. Could you read your phone number out so quickly?
I don't know if I read my phone number out too quickly or if you write it too slowly.
I don't write it at all.
Well, that might be an issue. Maybe you think it too slowly.
Yeah, I do have a slow
Yeah.
number recall.
Yeah, well, that could be the problem. And a slow reaction to comedy. But you've called in now, Chris. Was it just to tell me that I say the number too quickly?
No, not at all. I just want to say you're great, and there's lots of things I want to say, but now I'm actually on air. I've bottled it.
Don't bottle it. You can't bottle it now. You're on.
Yeah, I know. I've sort of, I'm all scared now. I'm sweating.
Don't be scared and sweaty. It's literally about 7 people listening, so I wouldn't be that bothered about it.
7,000.
I doubt it. Yeah, in my dreams.
Oh, come on. There's loads of people.
Near my dreams.
Well,
what did you call in for?
Dreams I don't know. I just wanted to talk to you.
Oh man, how's your day been?
Pretty crap.
Why? What happened?
I went out and bought some new clothes.
Yeah.
With my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it's not all nice and all going. You know, if you go shopping with a girlfriend, it's normally quite scary.
What?
We picked up a shirt, lovely.
Yes.
Got a new jacket.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was actually. It still is. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Got home and I wanted to wear them.
Yeah. What? Straight away?
Sorry?
You wanted to wear them straight away? You didn't want to save them for best?
Well, I wanted to try them on. You know.
Okay. But what, and wear them around the house and go out in them, or just try them on quickly and then take them back off?
I put them on and I wanted to go outside.
Why? You just bought them?
I know.
Well, see, hang on, what time did you get home?
This is my point. It upset my missus.
Good. She's right. It's insane behaviour. What was it, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something?
Yeah.
Right, so you're going to put on a shirt for less than half a day, which you would then have to wash. So you're going to wash a shirt after less than half a day?
No, it's brand new. It needs washing and ironing first.
What the heck? You wash brand new clothes? Are you insane? Listen, I know when people buy crockery, some people want to wash brand new crockery. I think it's weird, but I'll let you do it. You want to wash brand new clothes? That's nuts. You only get a certain. You get a fine.
Not washed. Not washed.
Chris,
properly.
you get a finite amount of washes.
Down and then iron them.
You get a finite amount of washes out of clothes. You're washing it straight away. You've lost a wash. That's a fade.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I know I'm not wrong. I'm a wise man. So, and you had an argument with her?
Yeah.
She's right.
A real bad argument.
Oh.
And I lost my temper.
Uh-oh. You didn't shoot her, did you?
No.
Thank God for that. So I wonder where this was going to go.
No, of course I never shoot.
Okay. It happens. That's good stories.
What do you mean shoot her?
What? Get to the point.
Well, I tried showing my aggression.
What?
My anger, and I kicked this door thing.
Yes, the door thing, yes.
And I kicked it really incorrectly, and I've really hurt my left foot.
Well...
I deserve it, yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, well, yes, you shouldn't display aggression like that.
Well, I'm learning.
You kicked it with your left foot? Are you a left footer then?
Yes, I am.
Oh, southpaw, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the door damaged?
It wasn't a door.
You said a door thing,
stool.
No, it was a
stool.
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 You kicked the stool. And has she...
Can I speak to your friend, the lady?
Well, she's not my friend, but you can speak to her. Yeah, sure, go on.
Go on.
Yeah, thanks.
Hello, Chris.
Hello.
Hello, Chris. I'm sorry about your
What's your name?
Catherine.
Catherine, listen, you're excellent. You work well together.
Thank you.
But, I mean, if it wasn't for you...
I know, tell me about
No,
it.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. That's a whisper.
I know what you're saying.
Are you, are you drunk and flirting with other women because your girlfriend has dumped you?
Yeah.
That's what's going on, isn't
I
it?
feel a bit used now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I love about you, Ian. You're so perceptive.
Yeah, did she dump you?
No, of
Is
course
she-
not.
is she-
15 years, mate.
Well, why aren't you married to her?
Huh?
Why aren't you married to her?
Well, I don't agree with marriage.
Why?
Well, because my parents divorced 7 times. As in, I've had, 4 stepmums and 3 stepfathers.
Oh, I thought you meant that they divorced each other 7 times.
No.
But so 4, your dad divorced 4 times, and your mum divorced 3 times.
Correct, Amundle.
That'll do it, won't it?
Yeah, that will put you off it, I suppose. That'll put you off.
And this was before I was 15.
Yeah.
So I got proper bothered.
Well, and now you're taking it out on stools.
No. Yeah.
Hey, hang on a minute.
I wish it was a beanbag.
Don't worry. Let me give you a sex tip.
Mm?
Here we go. This is she in the house now?
Yes.
Here we go.
I wouldn't. She's going to go nuts.
Go on. I dare you.
Number 12. Mix up your routine, Chris.
What's that mean?
Well, I'm going to explain. Get yourselves out of the habit of restricting sex to a time and place. I think they mean a place in the house. Always the bedroom, yes, and always at night will make sex feel monotonous. So why don't you have a nice bunk up in the morning?
Tried that.
Oh.
I fell out the top.
Okie dokie, thank you very much. I fell out the top.
I don't want to know.
Here we go now. Andrew has emailed in. Thank you, Andrew. Although I suspect this might be the person who emails us in as Dave. Maureen was real because she appeared on Trisha talking about OAP sex. I do think... Can anyone back that up? Can anyone back that up? Here we go. Number 7, Afternoon Delight, which is kind of the same as
Oh,
Mix
my
Up.
word. I just put in Maureen, Trisha, OAP sex, and I've got granny sex contacts basically all over the country.
Oh. Well,
So.
save the details. Here we go. Afternoon Delight. Skyrocket
Rockets in
in flight. Afternoon Delight. You've never watched
It's Anchorman,
it's
isn't
got
it?
Teen Wolf 2 in. Why can't I think? What's the sitcom I'm trying to think of? My mind's gone a complete blank. Arrested Development. And it's there's a karaoke and the uncle and this kind of she's like 15, 16. She's supposed to be quite cute niece because one of the kids has got a crush on her. And they get up and they start singing Afternoon Delight and they're really getting into it. And then it's about 3/4 of the way through they realise it's about having sex in the afternoon. It's very fun. Menopausal symptoms and general ageing reporting, sir! Can have a negative impact on your emotions and confidence. Many women find they gain weight, particularly around the middle, due to plummeting estrogen levels. Gosh, this is horny. Hot flushes and night sweats can leave women feeling unattractive and in no mood for sex. If night sweats are making sex all the wrong kinds of hot,
Oh, God.
one solution is not make love at night. Try treating yourself to a bit of cheeky afternoon delight. Her words, not mine.
But hot flushes happen regardless of the temperature.
They're just repeating themselves, because that's the same as mix up your routine. She then goes on to say, or making love before you head out on a weekend date together, rather than waiting until you get home. She's repeating herself. She's got 9 tips. Still, it's a lot of tips.
A lot of tips.
It's a lot of tips. Number 8, treat each other. Buying new underwear or treating your partner can help you both feel better.
Here's a Mars bar.
Boost libido, number 9. Here we go. Now we're getting down to it. For older women, hormonal changes can cause their libidos to plummet drastically. Combat any flagging sex drives by focusing on the hot spot, the clitoris.
Whoa!
What's wrong with a good kiss, boy? Which has more than 8,000 nerve endings. Whoa, I love nerve endings. Lube.
Oh, stop.
12. Okay, 12. Hang on a second. Yes, Chris.
Just want to say that was brilliant, and I've got your phone number now, so I'm going to be bothering you for always.
That sounds quite threatening, actually. It does. This is billed as 12 sizzling tips to put your sex drive back in top gear. 12 sizzling tips. Number 11, check your medications. Certain medicines can hinder your sexual response. If it's becoming a problem, talk to your GP about switching to a different medication with fewer sexual side effects.
Is that part of the foreplay?
12 sizzling tips. Check your meds. Guys, you never know. That might be the problem. Flipping it. Well,
That's that sorted.
That's that sorted.
There's a lot of happy couples now because of that.
Isn't it? So, God, I do feel nauseous.
I'm not surprised.
So where do we get to? The guest suggestions: Chuckle Brothers, John Higgs, Peter Capaldi, Charlene Spiteri, Michelle Phillips, James Burke and Lee Mavers. Hang on a second. Yes, line 1.
Yes, I'd just like to say I do apologise for my bad behaviour, but when I sober up, Iain Lee is going to have much fun with moi.
Much fun with moi, did he say? So, we've only got one each, so the sexiest man in pop and rock ever is Nuno Bettencourt from Extreme.
I'll take that.
And I'll take Michelle Phillips, the hottest petticoat in pop. Have you got this list of guests? You've done this?
I've written to them all.
That is what we like. That is what we like. We're done. Oh, tonight, 10 o'clock, new and newish callers only. Let's have some of that. Don't forget, you can download the podcast, dear listener, if you go to iTunes and type in Iain Lee. You'll get this. You'll also get the Rabbit Hole podcast, episode 1 proper, coming on Thursday. And if you do download this podcast, if you're from iTunes, I know you can get it from other places, reviews and star ratings are exceptionally helpful and will be gratefully appreciated. I'm going to be playing Doom Classic on Xbox One in an hour's time. Ta-ta.
Talk Radio. Intelligent, organic entertainment.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.